Well, it's our first episode in the post-Gar era.
It's the return of Precurary.
Yeah.
I just want to say, you guys, you should be very fortunate and lucky that I'm here, because I have been busting my ass in Helldivers 2, fighting robots, bugs, for liberty, shooting them with democracy.
Managed democracy.
Here on the show. So
it's managed democracy. Even I know that.
No, but you shoot democracy at them too. Yeah. Anyways, go buy Helldivers 2. It's an amazing game. They fixed their servers.
I'm good. I'm too busy with Grand Blue Relink and the Unicorn Overlord demo.
Anyways,
playing Splatoon 3 a side order.
Speaking of democracy, cue the roll call.
What the fuck does the roll call have to do with democracy?
Yeah, what does that have to do with democracy?
Connect. Loading. Broadcast. Perfect.
Show running super savant.
Level up.
Bluecaster super Ichi.
Loud and online. Greycaster, Robolane.
A spark of courage, the power of dreams. Orange Caster, Global Soft Perka.
Respecting the source material, Greencaster, Zenshi. Trauma Inducer, Northcaster, Saga.
Casting, criticism, comedy, chaos.
Radio Sentai Castranger.
On air.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 474 of Radio Sentai Castranger.
It's episode Porygon Z.
I was about to say
And
it's
also
episode Mothman's ass.
Yeah, episode Mothman's butt. No, I'm just
Mothman's
thinking
ass.
it's Mothman.
No further context. Anyone who wasn't here for the before the episode hangout chat gets to wonder what the fuck we're talking about.
I mean, my favorite version of Porygon's the original, because he's a nice, blocky boy.
Pointy.
I didn't realize he was meant to look. I didn't realize he was meant to look like a duck until Porygon 2.
Yeah.
I just
All I
think
remember-
he's pointing in all the right places.
All I remember is that in the original Smash Brothers, when like you get like you go through that door in the Silphco level, and like you meet Porygon, he just goes like Christian. That's all I remember.
Now I want a fucking cover of the Ultraman Z theme. Gotchard kudasai, ori no no wa Porygon Z!
Just Porygons everywhere.
Porygon.
We were just talking about song
interesting-
covers.
Interesting fact: Porygon has never been seen again in the anime since that seizure episode.
Gee, I wonder why.
So even Porygon 2 and Porygon Z have been like referenced in like only like pictures or something. They've never been actually physically in the
They
anime.
actually now that is no longer true now, because apparently very recently in Pokemon Horizons they did appear.
Oh, cool. Then I take back everything I said.
I love Porygon Z. It's also one of my favorite shinies because it's very blue.
I'm with you, Lane.
It's really cool.
OG Porygon for me.
Yeah, me too. I love them. Anyways, we're a bunch of polygons who get together every week to talk about Kamen Rider Super Sentai and a third thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This week, our topics are Kamen Rider Gotchard, episode 23, Kingohger, episode 49,
Oh my.
and Wonderful Precure, episodes 1 and 2.
That's for Precurary.
Yeah. It is our yearly tradition to talk about Precure in February, hence Precurary.
It's pretty cute.
And also Orange is here, so.
Hi. I was so tired that I felt like I was going to die, so I took a nap for an hour so that I would not.
Hooray.
Yay. I'm excited to talk about the new Precure with you.
I hope it's. I want to know what you guys think of it, because it's a very interesting season already, and we only have 3 episodes. We're only doing the first 2, but
7 says congrats on not dying.
Yes, congrats on not
whether
dying.
that's good interesting or bad interesting depends on the person. I definitely think it's good interesting. But
first, let's do some news.
It's time for
News mode.
News mode.
Damoosh.
All right, we got our first proper full trailer for Boonboomger. revealing our main cast.
I gotta say, it's really hard to, like, after who we got in Kingohger, it's really, really hard to, like, best that cast.
It's gonna be hard.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck, man.
But somehow we'll just have to try.
It'll be interesting that they're gonna be wearing normal clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I promise you, the one in the overalls is a police officer, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought it was the guy.
The guy in the actual fucking
No.
suit.
Yeah.
No,
Can I just say-
no.
Can I just say, it's really interesting that Kingohger is basically the Gaim of Sentai right now. And it's being followed up
by the drive of Sentai?
With a car Sentai featuring a car.
Wait.
We're going deeper, Leo.
No, Ichi, you know what you have to do when we watch the first episode, you just gotta put that JonTron reaction where it's just cars?
Cars?
Well, you better believe that's
Oh my
gonna
god,
be-
that works. That works weirdly well.
You know,
Holy shit!
as a joke,
We'll
that'd be hilarious.
always love you.
Instead of using the theme for Boonboomger, use that for the first episode's like transfer.
Oh man.
Anyway, okay, so who's who in this? Let's.
All right. So, our main character, Boon Red, Taya Hondo. Yes, his name is Tyre.
I'm sure that won't be a running thing.
His name's
I was
Tyre
wondering
Handle.
if it might also be a reference to Taiyo, which means sun or fire, but I think it's mostly just Tyre.
Yeah, it's mostly just Tyre.
I saw these names and I was like, Ichi's gonna fucking either love or hate them.
I have not decided yet.
Let's find out now.
They'll be easy to remember.
Yeah. All right, so let's
You
get
know
into the
what?
character
That's true.
profiles. So Taya Hondo is a kind-hearted man who loves cars. A master of developing and modifying cars, he works as a delivery man using the tuned-up red car that he built. So that's the Boon supercar or whatever. When he likes someone or something, he generously and energetically acquires it. What does that mean?
Oh no.
Wait, he like takes people?
That is poor wording.
He has a strong competitive instinct and has the ability to see through the essence of things. He is able to carve out his own by making quick decisions, and even in difficult situations, he is someone you can rely on. He is skillful with both rods and guns, and is good at creative battles at the situation.
So he's red.
So what they're trying to say is that whatever the plot needs him to do, he can do.
Yeah. Also, you need to mute my mic in your Discord. I can hear it. Anyway, so he's played by Haruhi Iuchi, and his suit actor is Hirotsugu Mori, who was Tombo Oger and Kamen Rider Slash.
Interesting. So went from a blue to a red.
Yeah.
Good for him. That is something like you never really think of, but it's always true. It's like it's not the same actor.
Yeah.
Which I find interesting.
That's called very good suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
Well, they have
Also,
to
they don't have
be
the
able
face.
to have the mannerisms down there.
Yeah, no, it's like it takes a good combo acting situation going there.
All right, moving on to Boon Blue, Ishiro Meita, whose name is Meter.
I'm calling him
How do you
Meter.
feel? That's your blue boy.
I'm calling him Tire Meter all fucking season.
All right.
Oh?
You unmuted your own mic. You had to mute my mic.
Yeah.
Here.
Hold on. Can you give me a hand?
There. I remuted you.
Say something.
Okay.
Testing. Apologies for the tech while we figure this out. So
See?
now you have to right-click my name that's lit up and mute me. That way you're not hearing us in your own headset. All right. Ishiro Meita, Boon Blue, a cool young man who supports Taya as an informant. A master of information gathering, he is a freelance spy with a worldwide network.
Oh, that's cool.
That sounds interesting. He's methodical, sarcastic, and cynical at times. He always considers risks and makes calm decisions. But when Taya makes a decision, he just accepts because he has complete trust in Taya.
Yeah.
He fights.
Okay, so
He fights alongside Taya as this was the job that Taya gave him. He has excellent dynamic vision and is good at precise movements. If you let him use a gun, he'll get 100 shots.
Okay, Ichi, he may not be Yanma, but like he does sound like a blue up your alley.
He sounds like he could be interesting. I'm intrigued.
It's interesting when you make the blue also a guy who's just like, oh yeah, I'm with Red. We're on this together.
I just have to. It honestly reminds me of my day job because it's just like he's in charge. I just have to do whatever he tells me.
Is you go to the picture of him there? I don't know why, but Lane, you know who the vibe this guy's giving me?
Who?
Like Crispin Glover.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You just have to have me muted on your end. Apologies. Mute. There.
Oh, okay.
Now you can't hear us in your own headset.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm hearing an echo again.
Are we good now?
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Sorry about that.
Apologies for that.
Guys.
Okay. So he is played by Yuki Hayama, and his suit actor is Takahiro Yoneoka, who was Kamen Rider over. He was Kamen Rider over Demons and Don Murasame.
Kamen Rider over Demons nuts.
No, come on.
I like the
low effort.
It's me. I do like in the promo pictures though. He's like they all have their thing going. He's like doing like because he's meant to be a spy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like he's like touching the thing in his ear, like
Yep.
Secret Service.
Yep. All right, moving on to Boon Pink Mira Shifto.
Oh.
So mirror and shift.
Look on the pictures there, Iron.
She looks like Real Soul Pink.
Kind of.
She does actually.
Yeah.
I like her description though. It's definitely interesting.
Mira Shifto is the mood maker and troublemaker who is full of curiosity and sticks her nose into everything. She shows a lot of emotions, is very innocent. She's a... They put this in quotes... driver. What does that mean?
I hope so.
Who is a master of driving and maneuvering.
That makes even less sense that that's in quotes. Like you just described a driver.
All right.
I don't know.
She has a lot of part-time jobs, works at various stores, but ends up reconsidering her direction in life after meeting Taya. After said meeting, she begins to show her true core strength. She has a unique sensitivity and fights instinctively. I've also seen the clips from the trailer. You know the tire with the sword rod sticking out of it?
Yeah.
She like handles it upside down where she's holding it by the rod and bashing people with the wheel part of it.
Damn. So she's probably going to be like, I'm cutesy, but also like kicks ass.
But also I'll whoop your ass.
Yeah.
So she's Curry Pink.
This is Ryan Gosling Drive.
I was getting Kyoto Pink.
Yeah, see, look, there's the shot of her holding the club.
Smash you.
I feel like she's gonna be a fun character.
She's played by Miyu Suzuki, and her suit actor is Yume Sakanashi, who was Kamakiri Oger and the Oni sister from the future.
I can see the future.
I can see the future.
Oh, I remember that.
I'm looking forward to it. Pinks are often standouts for me, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I like her shoes.
I like all their shoes.
They got the same shoes.
Oh man, like, yeah, the look is growing on me. You gotta be honest.
No, right? The helmets are dope, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
The helmets are dope.
Next, please.
All right, moving on to Boon Black. We have Joe Axe, and his name comes from Axel, the Japanese word for the gas pedal.
I'm just gonna call him Joe.
Joe.
He is a super serious rookie police officer who dreams of becoming a hero. So it's just fucking gunpei again!
Yay! Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Passionate about justice, he usually patrols the town on his bicycle.
Oh, he's Moomin Rider.
Yeah.
While patrolling, he hears screams and rushes over to find a monster and a tire man.
Who's Tire Man? Wait, is that just Taya?
No, probably. It's probably just like the Boonboomgers, like transformed. Serious and aggressive, he is confident with his physical strength. He usually uses the Boon Change Axe in its rod mode.
Oh god, he's Javert.
The black suit does look the best, I think, though. Like
I love the shoulder with the siren.
I did notice the extra line above the meter that black and orange have, but I think that's a cool extra detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also like that
Is
they have
that
the
to
little
show that
shoulders.
they're police officers?
It's not him being a police officer specifically. For him, yes, but him and Orange both have these little extra shoulder pieces just to differentiate them from red, blue, and pink.
Like, I think I might have said this, but maybe this will be like, I haven't seen the trailer. Maybe this will be like Hurricaneger, where like you start off with three.
Yes.
And is that what they're doing?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
I can't really quantify it, but when I look at Black's helmet, the actual tire fusing with the lower like face of the helmet.
It looks best on Black because the tire is also black.
Sure, but it also looks really mega mindy.
A little bit.
It's at Bryan Cranston. Yeah.
It literally looks like he just has an enlarged cranium.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's my instant favorite.
It's big brain time.
Yeah,
he's my favorite.
It's so adorable that he just wears suspenders.
Oh yeah, he's got a look going.
And he's got a fanny pack.
Full on
across his
overalls,
chest.
a fanny pack.
He's the coolest kid in the block.
It's
He's
weird.
just a nice young man.
I really like the concept of overalls, but like I want to wait till I'm like older so I can like wear them. It's weird. I'm weird, but like I really want to rock a pair of overalls when I'm older.
You can do it, man. One day you'll evolve into your true form, a human Raggedy Andy doll.
You're looking at my overalls, you fuck.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like overalls as well.
Overalls are dope. I used to wear them when I was a kid.
They're cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I really can wear them. Like I don't think I could pull it off, but I really like how they look.
I think anyone could pull
own an adult snowsuit.
Yo, snowsuits were the shit when I was a kid. I love them.
Yeah, I used to pretend I was.
I like how they look.
Put on and get off.
I like how they look, but putting them on and taking them off was horrible and not
Yeah,
worth
You can also in the springtime you can make some mud suits. So you
This
can roll around in
man's
the mud.
admittedly rad fashion sense aside.
He's played by Ryu Saito, and his suit actor is Shigeki Ito, who was Kuwagata Oger and Two Kaiser.
I see.
You're gambling. There's some noise in your end.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
All right.
Shifting.
And our final member of our fearsome fivesome, Boon Orange,
cutie.
Genba Bureiki. Yes, break.
Okay, now that you've heard them all, Ichi, what do you think?
What, of just the names?
Yeah.
I mean, their names being puns of car parts is pretty on brand.
Does that tear you apart?
No, not really. For a show that's going to be a more silly tone, I kind of vibe with it.
Okay, well, let's talk about the lost Weasley brother here for a second.
I'm gonna say right now I like his outfit, like his civilian outfit.
Yeah.
there. I think that's pretty
This-
rad.
He looks like he's going to be the fun one.
Yeah.
Ichi, I'm gonna say this to you, and you're gonna like it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The
that's a
tire-
little.
Ominous. I know, but it's not. His helmet tire has a sub attack ring.
God damn it, you're right.
Yeah.
Beyblade face. That's how we fix this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. They're Beyblades on their helmets.
Is he our sixth ranger?
No, the fifth.
Oh, he's okay. He
We haven't
looks
seen the
different
sixth
enough
yet.
that I could believe he's special.
If the rumors are to be believed, that we already have info that the sixth ranger will be Boon Violet.
Okay, cool.
But this, I can see why you went there because, when's there ever been an orange in the core?
Last
five?
time we had orange was Tokyo Rokugo.
And he was the sixth, right?
And he looks a little sleeker, like in the body and in the detailing around the sash around his chest. I think.
He's the.
Well, I mean, his chest place is similar to Black's.
And like I said, his faceplate has a sub attack ring.
Yeah, a little bit.
Finish the
he's
script, sorry.
Sure, sorry.
He's
I
the
thought I just
construction.
interjected.
He's the construction themed ranger.
Yeah. So Genba Bureiki is a dependable man who is the procurement expert.
He can get you things.
He can get you what you need from anywhere. He has a kind and soft demeanor. He is also an elusive man and never shows his true feelings as his background is currently unknown. That tells me he's going to have some important backstory to learn.
Do you know who he is, though? Seriously? Like, who has that same exact setup? Fucking Red from Shawshank Redemption.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Like, if this show has him narrating as when I met the Boonboomgers.
No. There's only one thing you do: get busy living or get busy driving.
Get booning.
Drive or die.
I'm gonna say this. I was wrong. He's not the sixth ranger. He's the Green Ranger.
So
I think I saw someone say that it was leaked already that it was a Silver Ranger, but I forget.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Someone said it was I've seen rumors of a Violet Ranger.
So yeah, his background is currently unknown.
And even if that's the case, Taya is confident in working with a procurement agent. He is good at fighting by taking advantage of his opponent's movements, primarily uses the Boon Change Axe in Axe mode. He's played by Satoru Soma, who the Discord has been very diligent in telling me was a minor character in Dawn Brothers.
Oh no.
And his suit actor is Yukimasa Ono, who is Kamen Rider Turban, aka the pig gangster from Geats.
Really? Well, moving on up.
I saw this on Twitter today. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's badass.
I saw that, and my immediate response was Boonbone.
Yeah, it's like he's based off like a pirate steering wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I get kind of rad.
OG wheel as a Stone Age one was actually a legit cool idea.
I'm always
too.
here for.
Oh no,
Yeah, the Stone Wheel one was good too.
Well, I'm with you though. I like this. I like his like civilian look. He does look like a friendly type.
He looks like he's gonna be the fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrot top in
And
Japan.
like just generally, he's just got the drip. Like.
Yeah.
I love his in his suited pose too. He's going full.
Yeah.
Cool. We're all models here.
All right, and yeah, this is gonna be another series where the main Zord is also just like a member of the team in civilian affairs.
Oh, wait till you hear his name. Wait till you hear. Can I say his name? Can I say his name?
You are not ready to know what this thing's name is.
His name is Boondorio Banderas.
Oh my god, like Antonio Van. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like Jimmy Carter in Power Ranger. Remember Jimmy
I'm
Carter?
quitting Toku.
Forever.
I'm never coming back.
That's the correct response.
No, you don't have to quit Toku. Isn't that not the reason that we began in the first place?
No, we began because of a train dick.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We're about to hit our 10th anniversary too.
Okay, so my question now is: does Antonio know?
I hope so.
I hope someone.
I can only hope so.
Has chirped him on Twitter, like.
You know what?
Remember
I
this
really
thing?
hope.
Oh God.
I really hope that regardless of who's being credited under there, in my head canon, it's Antonio Banderas.
If Antonio Banderas, you know what? He was in the Spy Kids movies. This is not up beneath him.
This is not.
No, isn't this? No, the thing is, wouldn't it be funnier if it wasn't him?
He was in a weird
Like someone just
CW
deciding to
Christian
choose.
nativity musical. He can do this. It'll be fine.
Oh dear.
No, he was the villain.
Okay, now I want to see that.
He was the
Thumbnail
villain in
this
the
might need to be
Uncharted
this
movie.
picture with
He
his
can do
head on.
anything.
You kind of do, actually.
All I want to know is why is that his name?
Because the guy the people who made this show really like The Legend of Zorro. That's why.
That's the bad one, though.
Oh, was that?
That's
Which
the
was
yeah,
Mask of
Mask of
Zorro.
Zorro was the
Sorry.
better one.
What possible correlation could there be between this thing and Antonio Banderas?
Well, do you know how we've been using the bun as like as a suffix thing? Like, or sorry, not a suffix, a prefix. Well, Antonio Banderas, he's got kind of bun in his name, so that's why. You're asking
Anyway,
why? That's why.
Yeah, no, but like, then
Can't
why
fully
was this
argue against
robot?
that.
Why was this robot thing called Jim Carter?
Because sometimes we're just having fun with life, I guess.
Let's read the description and see what we can glean.
Antonio Banderas was born in.
Supporting the Boonboomgers is Boondorio Banderas, or Boon for short.
Oh, that's
Boon
why.
Boon.
I would have pronounced
Baby
that
made
bun.
a Boon Boon.
You are right.
Boon is a car-shaped alien who fell to Earth.
He's an alien. He's not even a robot. He's an alien.
Fused together
into the Megazord. So yes,
people. Most of us are learning this live.
I didn't read this beforehand.
Like, why is he the Green Lantern?
They live in the secret garage of Taya's home. Why does he have a secret garage? What's wrong with the regular garage?
If it's a regular garage, everyone's gonna see you got a goddamn alien Megazord in your face.
Exactly.
I love he's an alien. He's not even a robot.
Okay, you know what? Okay,
he's like Balance from Kyuranger. He's a mechanical life form.
Finish this, and then I got something to say.
Okay, so they live in the secret garage of Taya's home and is usually in a human-sized form. In said form, they wear a homemade sun visor on their head. A mechanic with top-notch skills. They get along well with Taya, who loves tinkering with machines. They consider each other best friends.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
They are also
No,
good.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, like just like they said, like Cybertronians, like they're aliens or robots. What about the
That's
Iron
true.
Giant? I mean, I guess he's a weapon, but
They're also good at housework, and for some reason, they often make curry.
As
Can I just
Japanese
respond to
people do.
Dimension Caster's comment of Bumblebee in the thing? And clearly it's Boonbumblebee.
Boonboomger.
You're right, and I hate it.
There we
I
go.
see the resemblance.
He's got a
I'm
chin.
not going to lie. I'm sure that that's a joke, but I kind of can see the resemblance in like his face. Am I insane?
One show.
I'm not going to survive this next year.
No, I don't. I don't care what the show is going to be. It is going to be fun as shit.
I was going to say, like,
Oreo
honestly,
Banderas.
considering this is clearly aiming younger, right? That's not a bad setup for how they got their powers, like how they know like what's going on. It's like, oh, it's an alien, fine, whatever. Like
a robot-looking alien.
And that sounds like an 80s kids movie. Like, oh, they'll keep the robot in the garage. Turns out he's good at fixing the car and making curry. Like,
it almost is literally the plot of the Bumblebee movie.
Kind of is.
But it looks kind of like Ultra Magnus for some reason.
Yeah!
No, it looks like Antonio Banderas.
It certainly
What
does
isn't
sound-
clear about this?
Look at him. It's one to one.
I love that a lot of my favorite Sentais are ones with like fucking like robotic mascot characters. So like
And absolutely batshit premises.
There's Jim Carter and Power Ranger. You know, there was fucking.
The difference is Jim Carter wasn't the base of their Megazord.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, we'll get
Wagon.
Well, no, we'll get Salma Hayek to play her. So
there you go.
You're so right.
Or Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Stop sexualizing Wagon already.
She has lips. It's too late.
Her name is Wagon. She's the ass one. Like,
she's got
She
her
has handles
handle.
in all the right places.
Tokusatsu was shockingly sexualized. The more I think about it,
Which is
makes
weird
so much
because like
weirder
aren't the main
because they're
characters aren't the main characters children?
I was about to say,
Yeah,
which
you
makes
find
it
out
even
the kids.
worse when you remember the team were fucking children.
careful how you say that, man.
I certainly hope
You need
they
to put a
were.
comma in there.
They were.
Okay, we need to keep going. The Boonboomger equipment was created with the help of Boon and Taya. Taya and his friends call themselves Boonboomger, which means Boon and the Warriors.
What?
That is an amazing band name.
Since when?
Dude, Boon and the Warriors. I'm so listening to that.
No, we're the Boonboomger experience featuring Taya.
Boon and the Boon. We're gonna make you smile.
Make you smile.
Boonboomger and Boonboomger
Christmas
and
boogie.
Boonboomger.
And
Oh my
Mustard
God.
and the Stevens.
I hate you.
Oh my god, I know exactly the YouTube poop you're referencing.
Yeah.
It's one of the great.
All I
That's
want to do is see you
Steven.
turn into a giant robot.
Okay, so he monitors the Boonboomger's battles from Taya's garage, and sometimes
Steven
Taya's remote-
Bruniverse, oh my god, no!
So sorry, Lane. Say that again.
Oh, I was just continuing. He monitors the Boonboomger's battles from Taya's garage and sometimes provides remote support. But that's not all. Boon can go huge, and once the Boonboomger gets on board, his power is extracted. They can combine with various Boon cars and fight giant enemies as Boonboomger Robo.
Okay, and like we were talking about that when we first saw like the scans of the toys and whatnot. Like, what's the situation with why is the white one like the main? He's his own character.
Yeah.
Or she, they. Sorry. Because I'm seeing who's voicing.
Yeah, I don't know. Alien pronouns.
The
I don't
article
know
says
them.
he.
Okay.
But here's the best part.
It's voiced by Ash.
Boon and the Boonboomger equipment is voiced by Rika Matsumoto. Ash from Pokemon.
That's interesting.
Yeah, or Satoshi from Pokemon. Yeah.
Satoshi, yeah.
Satoshi Ichi.
My favorite part was when Boon Tonio said it's booning time and started booning. Thank you to whoever posted that.
Last time Rika Matsumoto was a regular cast member in Sentai was 1990's Five Man as Arthur G6.
Oh yeah, she was Arthur. That's right.
And
she was the babysitter robot.
Matsumoto will also sing the show's ending theme, Kotokotsu Pon Pon.
Ichi, that was the Sentai with like the parents died on the planet, and like the robot had to take care of them.
Oh yeah, and this also means we're getting an ending dance again.
Oh fuck yeah! It's been too long.
I was just about to say I really hope there's an ending dance, and then you just said it.
Yep.
But not necessarily, because there was an ending song in Dawn Brothers, and it didn't have a dance.
Yeah, but Dawn Brothers' ending theme was a fucking banger.
It was great, but it should have been a dance for it.
And then there was a dance for the Kingohger opening, but it was only played like once or twice and was terrible.
Oh well.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And Boon Boon is suit acted by Yohei Fujita, who is the current Super Sentai main mecha suit actor.
All right, man, makes sense. You got he plays the mech too, so.
All right, on to our villains. So the evil empire this time is the Great Space Invasion running team Hashirian.
Oh, because they're the villains because they want to run instead of driving the car.
They want to.
Booning time.
They're the evil NASCAR league.
Oh no.
I'm
evil
NASCAR?
NASCAR?
Circles.
They're a group that invades the stars and expands their territory. The ones that we will meet are the three stupid on-site supervisors who end up causing trouble every time. So they're NASCAR Team Rocket from space.
That just sounds like all you have to say is that, and that already says Sentai villains.
Oh yeah.
NASCAR Team Rocket from space.
Prepare for construction and make it forever.
So the one on the right is Deko Torade, who discovers Earth and plans to invade it. So he's basically like a Deco traveler. He's like a big fancy truck thing. He aims to be a handsome guy, but is a bit of a fool. He is voiced by Junichi Suwabe, who is previously in the Fate franchise and Bleach, but it doesn't say as who. All right, I'll look him up.
Reminder that the writer for
speaking of NASCAR, remember fucking NASCAR racers?
He was the voice of Grimjo.
Oh, my favorite wrong car.
Oh, he's Aizawa in My Hero.
Oh, okay, cool.
Now I know who this is.
Jagger Jack.
Yeah.
Remember NASCAR racers? That was a fun cartoon.
I prefer Acceleracers.
Races.
I liked Rescue Heroes.
They always say.
What about Spider Riders?
Kaguya says he's Archer in Fate.
I wasn't into Spider Riders.
Oh, he's Emiya? Okay.
All right.
There was also that one show, Dragon Booster.
I remember Dragon Booster.
Oh crap! I just spoiled Fate Stay Night for some people. Ah no.
A little bit. All right. Next, the one on the left, the female-looking one, is Itasha, who is curious about many things on Earth and can turn various things into monsters that go on a rampage. You can see her.
She's a Natasha car.
Yeah, you can see her reprimand Deko Torade.
Do you know who that dynamic kind of reminds me of? Specifically in Wild Four, it's Jindrax and Toxica.
Yes,
they're sort of like.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
again, definitely. Team Rocket. They were Team Rocket.
Oh, creep.
She's voiced by Nana Mizuki. Oh,
really?
So she's fucking.
Oh, seriously?
Nana Mizuki?
Yeah, who's in Naruto, Nanoha, Symphogear, lots.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, she is a very prolific voice actress.
Yeah.
Nana Mizuki.
But on the other hand, we had Yursen was voiced by the same person as Madoka.
Yep. And
she's Hinata. Okay.
Looking at this picture, you might notice that Itasha is holding something. The tiny little evil car that we saw a giant version of in the first teaser trailer. That is Yei Yaruka, the little car-shaped Hashirian. Sometimes they turn into a giant car, sometimes they don't. They're voiced by Sumire Morohoshi, who is in The Promised Neverland.
Oh, who did she voice in it? Was she Emma?
Let me see if I can find out.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to make you look.
That's okay.
She was in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal as Pip/Dog.
I don't remember offhand who that is, but I don't know the dub names anyway. Promise Neverland as Emma.
Oh, yep. So she was the main character and did an amazing job.
She was Acerola in the Pokemon anime.
I don't know
cool.
Let's see if there's anything else that I recognize.
Oh, she was Marlene in Advent Children, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there you go, Tsel. Good job. Nice shopping.
She was Nina in FMA Brotherhood.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Edward
is now playing this tiny little evil car.
Yay!
Evil car. Which I hope ends up
probably.
Oh no! Which I hope the evil little car ends up becoming a good guy. That'd be awesome.
God damn you, Sal! I saw you.
No,
I saw the
Decker, why?
I saw the evil little car, and I thought Krang from TMNT.
That is a forbidden gift. That is a forbidden gift. I forbid it.
I can't get over the name. Like, if I ever meet Antonio Banderas, fuck asking him about like working with Robert Rodriguez. Did you know?
Did you know that there's a Sentai robot named after you?
Named after you.
Man.
If at the end of this series he takes off his helmet to reveal his human form.
No, that's what I was
It's
saying.
Antonio Banderas.
No, because he's an alien, right? So at some point in the episode, he's like needs to do that. I need to try to be more human,
Okay.
and so
Which will make the fact that he's been like changing form and combining with other things the whole show really
And then
awkward.
he like morphs, like reverse morphs into Antonio Banderas
Oh,
and starts speaking
Right.
broken Japanese.
I actually would love it, like legit, if like in the show, like if he ever does become a human, they cast like a guy who clearly looks like Antonio Banderas,
like the official Japanese impersonator.
Yeah, like
I really want to know if Antonio Banderas did like Japanese commercials. I need to find that out.
Midas puts out a
He
good
might
point.
have.
Midas in the Discord has a good point. The Kikainoids and Zenkaiger did get human forms in in one special, so it's not unprecedented.
he's been in cheaper stuff. Antonio Banderas, like what Paul was saying.
Okay, so on to TV series staff. It'll be produced by TV Asahi's Takahiro Okawa, who did Kingohger, as well as Keisuke Shibataka, who did Gotchard.
Boo. No.
Toei's Reijin Kuji and Toei Agency's Koichi Yara. Series will be written by Atsuhiro Tomioka, who wrote for the Pokemon franchise and Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
Yeah, so I mentioned
Guys.
that before.
Holy hell!
Guys, I can't fucking make this shit up. This is such a coincidence. He was in a Japanese commercial for a Subaru.
Oh my gosh.
Japanese car commercial.
He's been in a Japanese car commercial.
So they got his
That's
DNA.
amazing.
Put that on the red
They
string
got
board.
his DNA.
Like poetry
So now
is
they can
fine.
clone him indefinitely.
Okay, knowing
Just like
this,
Tommy Lee Jones.
knowing this series is going to be written by the person who wrote for Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, I'm fully on board. 5Ds has the best story in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise, except for maybe Arc 5.
Does that mean that we're gonna be getting card games with these cars?
We can only hope.
Games?
Card games on actual cars!
Card games on actual cars.
Card games on actual cars!
We're on the
games.
first news story.
Card games on Megazords! Alright, it's being directed by Shojiro Nakazawa, who was the director for Zenkaiger and Geats. I will take that as a good sign.
The show will be fun.
Veteran suit actor Jun Watanabe will serve as the show's action director, also a good sign. And Hiroshi Butsuda will once again serve as tokusatsu director. The designs of the Hashirian and related monsters were designed by manga artist Kazuhiko Shimamoto, who worked on Skullman and Kamen Rider Ghost.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I mean, the Gama were cool.
Awesome. Ghost.
The monster
Yeah,
designs
were
in Ghost
cool.
are pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you didn't like things about Ghost, you have to admit the aesthetic of Ghost was awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean, these look perfectly passable monsters. Like, obviously, these are the generals, so they put a little more into it. But
Yeah, none of these are like the head villain. This is just like the first team of generals we get.
yeah, like I was saying, like you guys saying,
Which means we're
like
gonna
Team
see-
Rocket.
yeah.
I do get a
They're the
Jin
scouts.
Jackson Toxico thing.
I wonder if we're gonna get like a Cassidy and Butch team later.
Oh no, this is a
It's
comedy
Cassidy
show, right?
and his friend, your friend bitch.
And Butch.
Well, when are we going to be entering the Boon Boon room?
They will be premiering March 3rd.
Next week.
Next weekend.
That's pretty soon.
Oh, wow.
Because the finale of Kingohger airs tomorrow night.
Oi.
So Boonboomger starts the week after.
It's dubbed on Sunday, right?
It's usually sub Sunday morning, but since it'll be the first episode of the series, it might take a little longer.
Wait a minute, but nuns don't work on Sunday.
Fuck you. No, I wouldn't mind watching the subs as soon as they come out.
What were you about to mention, Jerry? All right.
About I guess something about Kingohger.
Yeah. All right. So this. About Butch, Cassidy and Butch. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's a lot of our information for Boonboomger. I'm
excited.
I'm actually excited. As much as I don't want to leave Kingohger, I'm excited for what's ahead.
This sounds refreshing. Yeah, I hear.
That's how I felt about Precure this year too.
I've heard a couple of things that make go, but at the same time, this show seems to be in good hands, and it's got some really, really old hands and good names behind it. So it might surprise me. So I'm gonna tentatively say, yeah, I'll watch it.
When this guy does the Sentai handoff with Gira, is it going to be a Taya Kokan?
Oh I forgot about the handoff.
If they do the handoff, here's what you do. You have you have Gira just out there ready to do it, and then you just have him drive by.
Drive by?
Yeah, drive by in his car. Just
pull by on his car. Yeah, he has to pull up in his car.
Full
drive by hand slap.
Yeah, I'm serious. Why not?
I would fucking love that.
You know what? Here's how we solve Kingohger. Boonboomgers come in and run over Dugded with their car.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't see
this is great. This is amazing. Thank you. You get to be the new Sentai. We love you.
I'm new to this whole dimensional traveling thing.
Oh my god.
Literally, that's what the Kingohgers do. They're just they break characters. No, thank you. Amazing. Thank you. Watch Boonboomger. We're done. See you later. And it's like an SNL sketch.
No, you know who's gonna kill Dugded, right? Boondario Banderas.
No.
He's gonna come in and be nothing personal.
He's an alien. They're on another planet.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I mean, simply by the fact that no one has said otherwise, these two shows take place in the same universe.
What if Boondaris, that's his name, right? Boondaris?
Boondario Boondaris.
What if Boondario Boondaris?
Just call him Boon Boon. That's what the show's name.
I will not
call him Boondario Boondaris.
Tell him refer to him by his full name.
This is a Rich Evans situation, sir.
Oh.
It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You gotta say the whole thing.
Say it with me now!
Boondario Boondaris.
Alright, well, we've totally just spent 40 minutes on one news story, so let's
It's an important news story, though.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And we love it.
Alright, speaking of Geats, we got the trailer for the upcoming Geats Extra special focusing on Kamen Rider Gazer and also featuring Kamen Rider Gazer Zero.
Suit looks good.
Well, yeah. Out of all the different Gazer, lasers, whatever Gizmo riders, Geats Gazer was the best one.
Blazer. There is a Kamen Rider Blade, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh no, we need Kamen Rider Blazer.
The names from the speech was Laser.
Believe you already know my fitness consigliere, Michel.
Yeah.
And then
Kamen Rider Nico.
So yes,
who was originally an android in the original script of the movie, by the way.
That suit looks real good.
So yeah, apparently the guy playing Gazer Zero, the one that is color coded after Kamen Rider Ichigo, is the actor who played Enter in Go Busters.
Holy shit! Look how gorgeous he looks!
I did not recognize him, but now that I look close at his face, I can see it.
He looks so good.
He looks like he's about to do some cop work in Miami in the 80s.
No,
Kamen Rider.
This man aged gracefully. Holy shit.
And or has an amazing makeup department.
Could be both.
Yeah.
Great skin routine can do that.
I like that outfit. That outfit he's wearing is awesome.
Meticulously do it, but
it's a good look.
Yeah.
Aside from reprising his role as Niramu, Ryoki Tamura will also perform the spin-off's theme song, Non-Fiction.
Decker, he wasn't Quiz?
Hiromu. Oh no, he's saying the guy who played Hiromu went on to be Quiz, and the guy who played Enter went on to be Gazer Zero.
Yeah, okay.
That's cute.
It's called Gazer Zero.
I'm not a Doctor Who guy. That guy looks like he's wearing exactly the.
That's exactly what everyone in the fandom said when Niram first showed up. Who is this Doctor Who motherfucker?
He looks exactly like Matt Smith. Like
he does. Yeah, no, exactly.
Absolutely. Possibly intentional.
But no, Gazer was the coolest of the people to wield the. I forgot what the driver was called.
The Vision Driver.
The Vision Driver, yeah, he had the best suit.
So in this, I think this is like Niram's origin story. In the spin-off, Niram, who has been appointed as the DGP producer, goes to Japan's Warring States era for his first job. He meets Miru, played by Yua Shiraishi, who serves as the navigator, about the realism of the era and savors the valuable experience. Meanwhile, Nemeru, who is our new character, a veteran producer who has been active since the DGP's inception, is acting suspiciously. Reality or fiction? What is necessary for true entertainment?
You decide.
Nemeru, like sleepy?
Possibly.
Okay,
no,
so
Nemeru is Nemuru. This is Nemeru.
Do you know what this means? You know what this movie is? It's a corporate battle.
Yep.
It's a battle behind the scenes. Producers having creative differences.
It is.
Also returning to the spin-off are Jean, Samus, Samuri, and Archimetal for some reason.
Oh, all right, cool.
Being written by Geats series head writer Yuya Takahashi, being directed by Koichi Sakamoto.
Yeah, because of course.
Gazer specials premiering on Toy Tokusatsu Fan Club April 7th. So we will have it in a month and a half.
Like, I don't feel like this was needed, but I still welcome it. Like, that's cool. Gazer's cool.
Yeah.
I like Gazer.
It's a good time for fans, I guess, because you're always going to have content.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always say Geats was mid.
It's no Don Brothers.
All they had to do was not put that stupid fucking card on Kamen Rider Jean's head, and I would have loved it.
Geats was
I know.
fine.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Geats was mid.
Fine is not mid, but sure.
All right, moving on.
Give me a Panda School shooter. So.
Moving on, we have some details about the upcoming Kakuranger 30th anniversary celebration.
Go on.
I know Sal would be interested in this. Yes. So, first off, the first 2 episodes of the series will be on the Toy Tokusatsu YouTube channel for a limited time. This is then followed with the release of special low-priced Kakuranger DVD collections in 2 massive volumes.
DVDs!
I love this image. We are Kakuranger lovers.
Wait, they're
I wouldn't mind.
It's a DVD collection of the show. Each volume is $160.
Yup. No.
Welcome to Japanese media.
Yeah, it's like 5 episodes for $100 sometimes.
I don't even want to promote this anymore.
Turn it off.
Now for the actual celebration details, says the article.
They're getting saucy with these.
Yeah. First is a special video called We Are Kakuranger Lovers, in which the show's main cast talk about the series. Also appearing in this video are well-known fans of the series, singer/actress Shoko Nakagawa, Mrs. Green Apple band member Motoki Omori, and impersonator JP.
I find it interesting because I think I've said this on the show like a long time ago, but I find the actor Ken Kusagi very interesting. He's got an interesting life, so that might be interesting to see on that.
He played a writer recently in a movie.
Kakuranger ain't bad, and those are objectively good suits.
Yeah. Well, they're clearly aliens.
Sure. Alien ninjas.
Water aliens.
Water planet. From a water planet.
The
Water world.
Kenichi Endo, who had a recurring role in the series as Prince Junior / Gasha Dokuro, and Hiroshi Tsuchiya, who is a well-known voice actor, narrate the video. Sadly, the video is currently region-locked.
Oh, of course.
But Super Sentai Friends posted an interview with the cast where they talk about what they learned or gained from the series, as well as what they were able to convey to the kids who watched the show. And lastly, a special fan event for the series was announced, a one-night-only fan event reuniting the Core 5 cast.
Kakuranger Ninja. That's neat that it's always neat that they're doing stuff like this.
Maybe they're doing
price is low.
Maybe they're doing some more amazing things, but we just don't get to see it because they're ninjas.
Yeah. You know what? When you're right, you're right.
Oh, I guess they're too sneaky. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you just go to the ninjas because they're the shinobi who don't hide.
Oh, that song's gonna be stuck in my head all night, and I don't care.
Moving on. In SH Figure Arts news, they announced the figure arts of Kamen Rider Majade, Sun Unicorn.
Nice.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
It is. My God. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This character won the fucking suit lottery. Like,
wow,
every suit a banger.
Man, the Cerberus one that premiered in this week's episode was so cool that I was just like, oh man, I love the way that the helmet looks, especially. But I guess we'll find out about that.
And we got a cool new one today with today's episode.
That's what Emily was talking about. I'll talk more about that form when we get to the episode.
I was just gonna.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump the gun.
I was just gonna say I really like that they got the scaling right between her and Gotchard. So.
Oh yeah, the height difference between them is definitely noticeable.
Yeah, I like that.
No, the horn.
The horn doesn't count.
You better hope it counts.
Shorty.
It's not the size of the horn, it's how you use it.
The sun. Oh, we'll get there.
Alright. The figure represents Rina Kudo's transform, 145 millimeters tall, interchangeable hands, flexible parts. Comes with the Kemi Riser bonus part for the Gotchard Steam Hopper figure, along with an extra right hand to hold it. Premium Bandai Web exclusive, $82.50 in September release.
If I was an SH figure arts guy or a figure guy in general, I'd get this because this is one of my favorite Kamen Rider looks ever.
I just noticed it didn't come up in my news feeds, but we need to talk about the new Gotchard forms.
Like right now.
Hold on, I'm pulling this shit up. Okay, so first off, we got magazine scans for Iron Gotchard, and oh my god, it's Captain fucking Train Hands.
Train Arms!
Captain Train Hands! I love it. Oh, Gar's not here to hear that. Captain Tube Hands himself.
In my head, I'm calling him Piston Pete, but that's...
That's pretty good.
Midas, thank you for putting these scans in the chat. But yeah, so this is Iron Gotchard, which is what happens when he uses the 10-liner attached to the Gotchard driver.
So this is just one card.
No, it's like a separate attachment that also actually, I'm not sure how it works card wise. But I will say I love the helmet on this one.
That looks really cool. Like even the big arms, usually I don't go for something, but it works with this.
I don't like the arms. It's too much.
I don't know,
if it was just the bottom half or it was just along the arms and it didn't protrude back past the elbow, I think I would like it a lot better.
I actually think that's what I'm liking about it is just how like what Paul's saying, they almost like big piston engines, you know?
Yeah.
I think that actually works.
They're giving pile bunker vibes.
It works it for me in conjunction with the chest plate, which has the face, and you're right, the helmet looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I actually really like the pants on this guy. But Gotchard forms keep getting better, I find, which that's good.
So this is a form that happens, and then when they eventually combine Crosshopper with 10-liner, we get Platinum Gotchard.
That's great looking. I love that.
I like that too.
Incredible. Oh my god.
That looks like Tommy White Ranger as a Kamen Rider.
My first thought looking at it was, why are we getting Kamen Rider Forze base states again?
Also, look at the cakes.
Mothman
Sal specifically got up from his seat and walked over to my desk so he could point at this thing's ass.
It's the night of silver cake.
Why are we pointing at people's butts today?
Listen,
our Discord. No, he's in high school.
He's got Mothman energy. He's one of us now.
You look at it.
Also, that silhouette from the back is incredible, and from the sides. In the front, it's a little busy, but from every other angle.
Okay, for me there are good and bad points of this. I like the back of the helmet, the way it's curved up like that, but I really don't like the giant curvy and horns.
Ichi again, I gotta say, I love that. I love it. It looks like something Shredder would wear.
You're right, but I've never been a fan of Shredder's design.
You get the hell out of your own house.
Wow.
He's a villain. Okay. He's meant to be hated.
But then why do we love him so?
Cool. I like the silhouette of the armor from the back. I think it's very clean. I think it looks like all of the colors are in the right places, like exactly the right places.
It doesn't help me calling it Forza base states when he has like the exact same patterns on his arms and legs, exactly where Forza Switch modules would attach.
My literal only problem is that it looks a little busy from the front.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the front.
That's why I don't like it that much, because I think it's still a little too busy.
But if I was to see the actual, because this is just a print, like, you know.
Yeah, like we're seeing like a scan here.
If I actually saw the suit and I saw like the intricate parts of the actual chest plate and things like that, it would probably grow on me quite a lot. Like, Ichi, you and I differ in our opinions on Kiwami, so I kind of feel like I would give this more leeway than you would. So, but it's the same situation with Kiwami, where it's busy in all the wrong places, but it's not busy enough that I feel like I can really hate on it.
Understandable. But yeah, the part about this that most people are focusing on is the fact that in order to get this form into the top of the belt, you attach Crosshopper, which is just this tiny little hopper figure thing, and it has like a little flip-downable visor.
It's the Go-Go's of the hopper one.
Why is he a Yoda porg? In his hand.
Read your own answer there. Are porgs still popular?
No,
I don't
they
know.
were never popular. So.
I mean, they were popular. They were popular for one summer.
But yeah, so
I don't know. I like my pork.
So yeah, we're gonna get Iron Gotchard, and then when you attach Crosshopper, it casts off into Platinum Gotchard, and this is before we even get to Rainbow Gotchard. And then, of course, we've had normal Gotchard, then Super Gotchard, then Fire Gotchard, and then the movie had Star Gotchard, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
There's a lot of Gotchard.
And then you also have to consider the fact that so many of these forms have X amount of other versions because of using other cards. That will none of which we'll ever fucking see.
I give Platinum Gotchard here a tentative rad as fuck, because I want to see the actual suit.
I love Decker made a very good comparison, and I don't know if it was you, we were talking about this in the Discord earlier a couple days ago, but Iron Gotchard and Platinum Gotchard is just Type Null and Silvally from Pokemon. And it's so true.
Yeah. Another one in the jar.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And then also revealed in the same batch of scans, which was also in the episode preview, is the upcoming form for Kamen Rider Dread.
Nice.
I wasn't hating on porgs.
My man Dread.
So I am guessing
this is... you can hate on porgs.
I'm guessing this is Dread... The previous form was called Zero Shiki, Type 0, so I guess this is Ichi Shiki, Type 1?
What? What
Type
did you do,
1?
Ichi?
But yeah, he's using Repli Unicorn, which we saw him get at the end of the episode. Yeah, it's Dread, Type 1.
This is cool, this guy.
We already had Kamen Rider Ichigata, Type 1.
I like the two-face look of it.
Yeah. It's
pretty cool.
You know me, I love a good side cape, and this does it.
Yeah,
this absolutely does it.
You know, I like Dread, like I said already off the top, and the unicorn looks rad with him.
Type 2 will use Dione, apparently.
Neat.
That's gonna be
cool. Get it, because he's ambivalent towards both light and dark. He's a character of gray morality.
How'd you know?
I've been dreading talking about it.
Unicorns, the most neutral of beings. One way or the other, I don't know.
It's a cool suit.
Yeah.
And he gets a sword. Or a rapier, I guess. Alright, so yeah, that'll be a cool thing to see. Moving on to our next news story. So Toei's been announcing a lot of Exade re-releases lately, like Super Best, Gashets and Gamer Drivers and such. Oh look, someone already edited both unicorn halves.
I like that. That's
kind of a mess. It's giving King
it looks a little bit more like a.
It's giving King Kuoga a little.
I'm a bird.
With the, like double capes.
You're gonna need 2 guns to shoot me down.
Hold your breath, Emily. It'll work for me. It works for me.
No, it works for me too usually, but.
Hold your breath, swallow, and then completely empty your lungs. It works.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say completely empty your bowels, and I was just thinking, no.
You probably would stop hiccuping.
I have no idea why.
No.
Please forgive me.
No, just inhale deeply, swallow,
Just
and then
hold your breath, hold your breath, and then hold your breath and crap yourself.
Grab a hold of something and give it hell.
I cannot emphasize that enough. I did not tell you to crap yourself, Emily.
I am telling the people at
I
home,
know you
though.
didn't. That was my own brain's autocomplete that did that.
Well,
Jesus Christ, Emily, what did you eat?
Crapping yourself would be a real gamer move to do while we talk about the Gamer Driver high spec belt set.
One of the very things one of the very things I obsessed over for months and like literally pissed Gar off to no end. I love this belt though; it's so fucking cool.
So yeah, this is an attachment for the Gamer Driver for big size adult fans.
Like me.
So if you happen to not be a tiny Japanese child, this might be of interest to you.
I no longer have to modify Lane's belts with duct tape.
Yeah, and zip ties.
Yeah.
Well, I use zip ties. It's the only way to fly.
I mean, as much as I like Exade and love, like, conceptually the Gamer Driver, I still will maintain that it's the ugliest belt that Kamen Rider has ever had.
You watch your mouth.
It's gaudy.
I own it,
so cool.
but I hate it.
I still have my very first Gamer Driver that I bought day one.
That being said, Exade is some of the raddest designs in terms
of
forms.
I'm currently trying to get a custom variant of Kamen Rider Brave as my VR chat avatar.
I know. I love the eyes on the Exade Riders. Nothing has really hit me the same way that those do.
But yeah, they're also putting out a bunch of super best re-releases of a bunch of different Gotchard sets. There's one of Bang Bang Shooting, Tattle Quest, and Boxo Bike with the Kimiwaza slot. There's one of Mighty Brothers Double X. There's one of the Gotchard Gear Dual Beta, which has Tattle Fantasy and Bang Bang Simulations. So yeah, they're putting out a lot of Exade re-releases. So if you didn't get these the first time, your chance is coming soon.
Yeah.
Get prepared for death by Exade.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're also doing
Exade.
They're also doing Tattle Legacy and Mighty Creator.
Be prepared.
I don't like the creator form, but I love that in the movie he uses the Gotchard to like do VR painting.
He makes missiles.
All right, so yeah, if you want the Gamer Driver high spec belt specifically, premium Bandai web exclusive, 8,800 yen is a bit much for a belt. September release.
It's like $90.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
With like shipping and everything afterwards too.
All right, and our final news story from the Shokugan Modeling Project. They announced Gingaman's Gingayo.
Gingaman,
aka the Lost Galaxy Megazord.
Oh my.
It's cool.
The Sentai with swords based off of fertility goddesses, apparently.
Hey man, I love the Galactic Beasts in their like natural forms. They're dope.
We were talking about that the other day. How like didn't Gar even find out that there was an actual like connection between Ultraman, and that's why these look kind of Ultraman-y?
Yeah, something like that.
I give this Megazord
I wish he was
points.
here so we could ask him.
I give this Megazord a lot of points because it's one of very few base form Megazords that have wings.
That is interesting, yeah. You don't usually see that.
And then you can turn the dragon or whatever it is on the back into like a fucking crossbow in its hand.
Actually, it reminds me more along the lines of like one of those old-timey bug spray shooters. Like,
that too, yeah.
Pump it in the back, and for some reason it always looked like a crossbow, and it was just shooting mist at it. Like,
yes, Decker Monkey.
The 5 different star beasts: Gingaleon, Gingalkin, so I guess that's a falcon. Mm-hmm. Gingorilla.
That's the best one.
Gingaverick and Gingat. For the Wildcat.
I see.
These fucking names.
Isn't it in like in Lost Galaxy? It was like a lynx.
I think it was Wildcat.
I think it was supposed to be a lynx.
I don't know.
Which is a Wildcat.
That's true.
Who are we? Wildcats! Who are we gonna beat? The Wildcats!
We're all in this together.
I'm not.
So once combined, this figure is 155 millimeters tall, can be equipped with the included silver armor sword. The Gingalkin can, as we saw, transform into the Galkin bowgun, which has a movable gimmick with the wings.
All right. Names, dude.
Right? The item comes with 2 kinds of weapon holders and open hands, which can be stored in the soles of Gingorilla's big monkey feet.
Big monkey feet.
See, I like the Magna Defenders. I like the Magna Defenders mech because he turned into the mech and it was fucking cool.
Yeah, that was cool. The bull. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, the SMP Gingayo set is 74 yen, June release.
It's a cool looking Megazord. It's like, especially if you're into like, I think it's a good it's a good basic animal one.
It's got Voltron energy.
Absolutely.
When you look at it, it's got Voltron energy.
Like this Megazord walked so that the Wild Force Megazord could run.
Pretty much.
Yeah, big time.
But the Zeo Ranger Megazord walked so this one could run.
The Zeo Ranger one walked so that this one could jog so that Wild Force could run.
Yeah. Sentai!
All right, we're all in agreement?
Power Rangers!
Moving on.
So yeah, that's it for news.
Yeah, holy shit.
That only took an
that is
hour.
long news.
Again, I think the big story was worth talking about, though.
I love the fact that we only had 6 links on the screen, but we took that amount of time.
Well, we also talked about the Gotchard forms, which weren't in my list.
Yeah.
All right, time for Gotchard.
Woo! Sakun.
So we resume.
So he was just humanoid from the beginning.
Yeah, the crown.
Yeah.
Well, the way it works is the crown is the actual creature, but the body was a projection that was part of his abilities.
So he's a crystal gem.
No, yeah, like he's a crystal gem. Yeah, we said that last time too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's interesting that he can make like a form like that isn't just. Oh, I guess most chemis aren't humanoids, so their forms wouldn't look like that. Never mind, I'm stupid.
And I'll say this, during this episode, one thing that we didn't struggle with, but we were discussing while we were watching it, was the fact that, like, he didn't understand how his own powers work.
That was a weird thing to end up becoming the crux of the episode.
Like, he just wanted to make everybody happy and had no idea that he was sucking people's energy. He didn't know he was a vampire, even though his name contains vampire.
And if I can say this, with the rest of the chemis that we've seen, they're basically glorified Pokemon, right?
We've been absolutely clear about that.
Yeah. But this is the first one that is capable of creating
a Digimon
human form. Sure. But, yeah, like, look at this, like, Angemon. But, like, I'm not surprised that it's not very bright, because the rest of them all just they're basically just instinctual animals and Pokemon and stuff like that. This one actually seems to be the most advanced out of all of them, but I find it interesting that to like juxtapose that, it's also the most naive.
Yeah, there's an interesting dichotomy with it where it seems to be the one most capable of intelligence, but also that means it's the most devoid of its full potential of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it has the highest cap for how sentient and complex its thoughts and processes can be, but that also means it's starting on empty.
Exactly.
That's an interesting way
I
of
found that
putting it.
interesting. I don't know that it'll be like a plot thing going on. I don't think it's going to be like
we'll be lucky to see him any more going forward.
Well,
his plot is done.
That's the thing that surprised me the most. Like, this was a 2-parter.
Yeah.
Like, for like, again, it leads me to believe.
But most of them have been 2-parters.
But, like, this was really focused on, like, this. Like, again, I ask, is this actor like a big deal in Japan, maybe? And like,
He's definitely
part of a boy band.
People in the chat said he sang one of the endings for Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, so he's at least like a musician, like a singer.
Singer? Yeah.
Well, it's also like to what you're saying too. Like, you're right. Like, he is that like level of naive because, I mean, I guess in fairness to him, it didn't look like he was doing anything wrong.
He was given incorrect information from the start.
Can we just establish what happened in the episode? Like, he was confronted with the information that when he Tsukun everybody else, he thought he was just making them happy. He thought he was just casting a euphoria spell. Which he didn't realize that he was actually draining their life force.
Yeah, because it helps to, like, for him at least, like when they're being drained, like they're like, oh, I'm happy. So he's like, oh, they're happy. Okay. Like,
they're simping, they're smiling, they're happy, but they're also dying.
He doesn't have, but
just like real life.
But in spite of the fact that he is the most human-looking of all the chemis, he doesn't have the emotional intelligence to understand and recognize that.
He doesn't have the same development of, he doesn't have the same wisdom that one acquires from growing up as a human.
He was only a little boy.
And let's just get it out of there. So the episode starts with him in the process of summoning fucking Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It's what happened.
Yeah.
He pulls out the giant feelings button, puts it in the sky, and it throbs and throbs and throbs. We love it.
Like, I literally referred to it as Kingdom Hearts in all my episode notes.
Same.
Yeah, I think while we were watching it, I was like, Kingdom Hearts is butts!
And then, like, as it's, like, cracking and breaking, I just go to the fucking Lead Street Boys song. My kingdom heart is breaking.
Oh.
Zucunort! Oh my god!
Zucunort!
I just like I'm not trying to jump ahead too far into the episode, but like I liked at the end where like also this episode it almost ended like 4 different times. It weirded me out.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was one of those.
But I liked when what's her face like goes back to the school and she like apologizes like to Garyon for like failing, and like this is where I'm like he's kind of starting to terrify me, and he might be a really like fucked up character because she like apologizes for like failing and stuff, and he just goes, whatever. Whatever, it's fine.
Garyon made some terrifying faces in this episode, and I'm super excited to see where he goes.
Man, this man's got like Joker levels of insanity, I swear to God.
I still hate his half glasses.
That's
hey, man, he rocks it.
Perfectly valid.
I hate his half glasses.
It's stupid.
I hate his half glasses and his all gold Rubik's Cube.
No, I love his all gold Rubik's Cube. I think it's a really great piece of
You
visual
fucking
imagery.
know that eventually he's going to take over as Dredd and have like a big golden final form.
Just have a monocle!
I thought what you were going to say was you just know they're going to sell that Rubik's Cube.
Decker, could you Photoshop me? Just take a standard picture of Kamen Rider Dredd and just put one monocle over it on his eye.
Please.
That's the Garyon form.
No, just remove the stupid half pair of glasses and put a monocle on him. I'll be happy. I won't gripe anymore. It's stupid. It looks dumb.
Kamen Rider Gore Dredd.
Oh no.
Gordred.
Terra Gore Dredd.
Dread Midas would actually be a cool name.
Yeah.
Dread Midas would be a great name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, let's talk about the most important thing in the episode. Kamen Rider Majade MoonCerberus! Oh baby!
Look,
I think the only
I
think the only thing that's missing from it that form is a cape.
I
Some
said
kind
it
of cape.
earlier on in the episode, and I've
Absolutely.
said it before. This character won the fucking suit lottery.
My one problem is Sun Unicorn has like the hair coming out the back of it because horses have hair, whereas this form the hair is along the sides of the helmet and it's like a different haircut. And on one hand, I love that this power set is absolutely showing people how you can make hair on a helmet look good. I do kind of think that this suit would have benefited from another similar long hairstyle like Sun Unicorn. But I also, at the same time, fully understand what they're going for. They're giving her the shorter, like, martial artist kind of hairstyle because this form fights like a fucking fist fighter monk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that.
With not only the punches, but yes, the fucking bicycle kick.
The rider kick was sick.
I make no exception about the fact that I love that aesthetic.
I want to see other moon forms because I love the blue color on it.
I'd like to see a rider, like a rider helmet that has like braids in it or like dreads in it or something like that. That'd be really cool.
Vegas, I complained about Hyoju Senki specifically because it was literal actual hair. It's the same reason I hated Kamen Rider 15. But then you also look at the suits in Kamen Rider Exade. Those are other good examples of how you can have things on helmets that look like hair but aren't.
Like if Blades' final form, instead of having real hair, had like
there's the monocle.
Ice crystal like hair, that'd be fine. Yeah, look, see, there you go. There's the carry-on form. You can't even see the monocle that well.
That's our villain.
No, it's this, but the suit is in gold. The armor's in gold.
Also,
absolutely.
There were other Planet Kemi cards, right?
Yes, there's a full 10 cards of every category. We talked about them a couple weeks ago, actually.
Just give him an evil bold dash. You'll be fine.
But yeah, so Majade MoonCerberus, very, very cool. I look forward to seeing more Majade forms, hopefully.
I really, really love the helmet, the way that it looks sort of like a bun hairstyle with the 2 dog heads on the other side and then the one in the middle.
Yep.
It's so cool.
Pentredis. Okay, Orb.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they basically they save Zukumpire from himself. We defeat the Sableliger and Comantus Malgam that Clothos turned into, and we get introduced to Sableliger proper once they recapture them.
Oh, that's a good one, Jerry.
And then Zukumpire lowers the Kingdom Hearts down from the sky and blows it up to return everyone's energy back to them.
Yeah, so we didn't realize that, like, apparently a lot of this whole thing with Zukumpire was, like, based around this one woman, and so, like, I guess, like, she comes up, like, because she's, like, running low on energy, and so she's just like, well, let me tell you what happened. Cuts to commercial, comes back to them. Huh, so that's what happened, huh? And I'm like, you're not going to explain it? And then, thankfully, they explained it later.
No,
so
They did the flashback early in the episode about how once he had spawned, he met Yua like right away, and she was just going through a breakup. So he did his Zakun thing, thinking it would make her happy, but he didn't know that it was also sucking her energy.
Yeah, it was sucking energy. And he gave her a flower that she keeps.
She pressed it.
And she also doesn't take the guy. Yeah, the guy comes back at the end and is like, "Oh, I'll be nice to you this time," and she's just. Yeah, and she's just like, nope, and leaves.
Yeah, no. I loved that scene so much because I just see him like, oh, come on, babe, I'll treat you right. I'm just sitting there like, no, don't go back with this fucking piece of shit. And then you just see her go, no, I'm good, and just walks away with the song playing, looking super happy and confident. And I was like, that's fucking right, sister. Good shit.
It was literally lol, nope.
Yeah.
Sisters are doing it for themselves.
Oh, she's gonna meet Kajiki, and then they're gonna fall in love.
No, he's already with the other occult girl.
It's called the
she'll be a rider.
She
She'll be a strong, independent rider, just like the rest of them.
No, we're never gonna see her again.
Yeah.
Which is sad because Yua was actually really, really cute.
Yeah,
she was really cute.
At least though, at least Renge got over him, so I have a shot again.
Well, I don't know. Sabimaru's kind of like, cause he's like, oh, I'm so
making
glad.
some progress.
He's like, I'm so glad that you're back here with me.
In the show, yeah, I think it's actually kind of cute, like the dynamic with.
I really hope it's like one of those moments where it's just like in Harry Potter, where just like. It's just like Ron and Hermione were just together, and then finally Hermione just like lays one on him, and I'm like, fucking finally, Jesus Christ.
I mean, you know, it wouldn't be the first time this ripped off Harry Potter.
Yes, Jerry, that's what we're talking about.
You know what?
Sabimaru X Renge is absolutely happening.
I have a better comparison. This is gonna be weird. So remember in Free Guy when like you have like the male character, the female character, and then like it's just like that thing where it's like, dude, like he's in love with you this whole fucking time, and then like it took her till the end of the movie to realize it.
Yeah,
one of those things.
I really liked that movie, and weirdly, this is the second time this movie has come up in conversation with me today. So
wow,
oh wow,
just randomly.
I also enjoyed that movie. Jacksepticeye was in it.
Can we also talk about the lovely scene where our monocle boy decides to pour out an entire beaker of bath salt for no reason?
Yeah, so we get this scene where Atropos hands Minato the unicorn card, so we're going to see that next episode. But also, Garyon talks about... He says something to the effect of the key is influencing the chemis nicely, so clearly Garyon has some sort of plan going on. But then just to make some sort of point that I don't think I fully understood, he just takes a beaker of, like, some sort of beady compound and just spills it on the floor for no reason.
For no reason at all.
Now you must clean up the science I spilled.
And he's like, we'll make our own chemi
See all of
story.
these grains of Epsom salts that I could be using for a bathtub right now?
Yeah, Vegas with the meme. Who are you? You killed my parents. Do you have any idea how little that narrows
On
it
the
down?
floor.
Pretty much.
I would say it was probably maybe it was going to lean into him going flame like as he pours out. And one thing, this isn't meth. Boom.
We're going to really meth with Gotchard.
Great. I'm trying to come up with a good way to make it Breaking Bad, like Gray on King Bad. Doesn't really work.
So yeah, Minato gets the Dread driver back and Dark Unicorn card, and he's like, "Yep, I'll definitely fight them." Whoop.
Yeah. So Dread's next form is showing up in the next episode, as well as Iron Gotchard. Captain Train Hands.
Apparently in the preview something happens that prevents them from using their Kami cards or something.
So they have to use forbidden transformation.
Yeah, so I guess Iron Gotchard's supposed to be like the berserk form, which...
Oh, that's why it then casts off in the platinum.
Yeah, so it's...
I get it, because it's a train running out of control.
Oh.
Oh!
No one will ever be Build Hazard. It's the perfect berserk form. I'm sorry.
Hey.
I mean, Full Metal had Forbidden Alchemy as well, so why wouldn't this?
Yeah.
I mean, I love Build Hazard. Emily loved Rabbit. Ichi loved Tank, so we're all happy.
Oh God, Cell, you know what this means? Rengi's
I have to say, I unironically like the train hands. I shouldn't, but I do.
I love the train hands. They're so cool.
So, sorry, Ichi, what
and
did
I
you say
love the helmet too.
It's like we're making Full Metal Alchemist parallels. I'm like, oh God, you know what this means? Rengi's gonna get fused with a dog.
And I'm like, well, don't give me hope, sir.
I was like, wait, no, you'd like that.
No, wait a minute. She just got a Cerberus form.
Well, no.
And Gotchard's turning into literal. No, and Gotchard's turning into literal Alphonse.
Man, I really like that suit. Taking a good look at it, like the gold accents, the blue and black and everything. Well, I actually really like it.
It's like a Dark Knight. It's really cool.
We've been ripping off so much other shit with Gotchard. It's about fucking time we started ripping off Full Metal Alchemist.
It's only
Rena.
Just more notches in the thesis that I have that tokusatsu is trying to emulate anime more and more as it develops.
Wait, that was in question? That seemed like a pretty sure thing to me.
In universe, I go up to Renga and I'm like, okay, so I've been told I can possibly make you into a rabbit woman of some kind. Do I have your permission?
You've just got the rabbit from Precure in your hand.
No, leave Daifuku alone. He has enough on his plate. Look at that face. He has the weight of the world on. He has the weight of the world on his tiny rabbit shoulders. You can tell.
Quick, put on the Daifuku meme.
Yeah, that was Gotchard. It was I mean, the form was cool to see, but I think that was basically what
I would
this
like to
episode was
see.
going
I'd
for.
like to see a Gotchard form like with Secu Pyre and another card.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Well, we can at least see what the helmet looks like by looking at the back of the card.
Oh, that's true. Decker, show the back of the Secu Pyre card.
Why does it say Ikaku on it? Is that like the artist?
I don't know. Probably.
Angi Daifuku.
So, are we ready to move on to the penultimate of a certain show?
Okay, Buzo.
Everybody is here and they fight. The end. Let's go to Precure. I'm kidding. I'm being stupid. I'm sorry.
Moment to prepare.
I hit the wrong button. Hold on. There we go. Okay, let's get this way out of the way up front. The one negative point I have about this episode is they felt like showing us that shot of Shugadam and Ruins for a third fucking time. Didn't like that.
Rule of 3, maybe. How was the rest of the episode?
Other than that, I fucking loved this episode. This was literally Kingohger Endgame.
It really was.
Oh my gosh, I never thought of the Endgame parallel. I just kept thinking the Smash Brothers, everyone is here.
We literally had a shot of Gira and then Rackley's goes on your left and came into the scene.
He literally appeared on his left.
Yeah, no, clearly Toei watched Avengers Endgame, so...
Well, even in aesthetic, it felt like Endgame, where everything was like kind of like Twilighty dark, and like everything's dirty.
Ruined scenario.
We're seeing a lot of like wonders of like people teaming up. You know, like it felt. Look,
a bunch of characters came through a portal.
Yeah.
I was expecting Garrett to just go Kingohgers. Kingohger.
They did have that moment, basically.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's just Kingohger's Kingohger.
Yeah.
All we were missing were like the mech, like Kingohger the mech, just like fucking running in the background behind them.
Fucking imagine.
Surprised they didn't do that.
That's next episode.
Sick, dude.
Next episode is the Megazord fight.
Yeah. Well, okay, so two very interesting things to start off the episode. One, no song.
No opening at all. Not even a flash of the logo.
Which that's good. That's a good idea. Like you want this to be taken seriously. You don't go. No,
but like
I'm gonna say later.
Previously, there have been instances where they skipped the opening, but they still had like a 2-second like here's the logo.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean that's even more another feather in their cap.
No,
I suppose.
and it contributes to a point that I made to you guys while we were discussing this, but I'll say that I'll make it later. But it contributes to a point that I was making earlier. But yes.
The other thing was, so we see when Gear's like going up to Dugded saying, "I will hear you scream" and all that. You see in the background, that's the King Caucus ship, right?
Well, what happens is he does that line, and then we see far in the background the God Caucasus in its spaceship mode taking off, and like. Part of me is just wondering, why did they even bother with that? We knew they weren't on it.
Well, and that's my next question. Like, what happened?
I think they were intending to just throw Dugded off and make him think that they were all dead.
Crash, though.
Oh, no, yeah. The spaceship castle fully crashed, and I don't know what kind of condition it's in now.
That's what I mean. Like, because I'm like, my boy over here is, like, dying over there. Like,
they fully, like, put the ship on autopilot and had it, like, launch into the sky and then sputter out before even breaking the atmosphere, just to give Dugded the illusion that everyone else on Chikyu had been murdered by Kamejimu. But what was the point of that when they immediately showed up fucking a minute later?
Yes. I think the real question is like, what is the state of the kid? Because like that's like their big fucking like ace in the hole, right? Like, how good of an actor is the Caucus Megazord? Is my question.
Yeah. Well, I mean. As like, just to like fourth wall this a little bit, we know in the next episode that the Megazord battle is happening, so clearly the castle is in some kind of okay condition.
Yeah.
But like, suspending that, if we had not gotten an episode preview, there would have been a big question of like, why did they do that? They just destroyed the fucking castle.
Yeah, like that's what it looks like, but it's interesting from Dagdad's vision because he's like, oh, Kamajin, he did it. Huh? Good for him. Like.
Okay, if I could just quickly talk about like a scene that just like it honestly teared me up was like I know I'm getting ahead when like they summon all like the dead people back, but I loved when just Boshimar showed up and like he goes over to Gira and just goes like I'm sorry.
No, he went up to Rackley's.
Oh yeah, he went up to Rackley's and just like, I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused you because of like my death. And then he teams up with the other one and they're just like the dual blades are back, twin swords are back together again. And I just was like, oh god, it's so great.
Yeah. Seeing Duga and Boshimaro reunited was really nice.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there, Decker. Holy shit.
As a precursor to that discussion, what was very interesting about the opening shots right after the castle crash was the fact that all of the other Kingohgers wake up one by one, except Jeremy.
Except for Jeremy.
They specifically show that Jeremy's not waking up, and I started to worry, like, oh my god, are they actually going to kill him off?
Yeah, I was like, is he going to fucking pass on his power to someone right now?
Because he doesn't have the Gem of Immortality anymore.
Yeah, that's where I thought they were going.
And he
But we'll
was
get
giving
there.
it off to his Bugnarok friend. Who's
Yeah,
always,
the Gerojimu.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Kingohgers get woken up one by one as the civilians show up. And what I think my favorite one of that group of scenes was the fact that Himeno was woken up by the little girl from episode 3. The one who was pretending to be in a wheelchair because her deadbeat dad.
I did have a bit of a who's that moment.
I was like, who are you? Why are you here?
Just goes to show you that I'm the one really paying attention here.
I'm the
yeah,
one with the
obviously.
notes.
I
You're the
watched
biggest
every
fan of
episode of Kingohger a minimum of 3 times this entire year.
They're mentioning it in the chat too, but yeah, Gira's acting was like the actor playing Gira was really good in this.
Yeah, I
episode.
will say, as much as narratively it didn't make complete amount of sense for that to happen, the emotional results of Gira seeing that happen, beautiful to see on screen.
I loved the reaction when like Yama like wakes up to see like his
nerds.
like his people, and he just looks up at them like, the fuck are you guys doing here?
I love that too, and they basically like kick him over,
Yeah.
and shit. And I'm like, dude, my neck's broken.
Take the fucking jewelry back. I hate it.
Just like
also another thing I noticed for a lot of the episode that like especially when like all the people show up is that Kaguragi was basically speechless the whole time.
Yep.
Couldn't get a word out.
There's time for everything.
Because he's just sitting back and watching the show.
But yeah, so all the retainers and all the civilians show up one by one
Everyone
and shake
has their little
the
moments.
Kingohgers to their feet. Again, except Jeremy, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
And they basically show up and go, "We rebel against the wishes of our kings in order to save our kings, and we declare war against the king of the universe." And it's it's glorious.
And then we get Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
I genuinely love too Dugded's reaction to all this. Like where he's like, "What the hell are you doing? Like we're done. We're so done. Like what are you even trying anymore?"
Oh no! And what terrifies me about Dugded's like abilities is that he summons back the dead jesters like they were nothing. I was like, Jesus Christ!
Although clearly with like diminished abilities,
It's
but
not-
still
their souls aren't in it or something. I genuinely love that too when he just like, again, the actor in the Dugded suit, who by the way is also, I think we said this before, is the same actor who's Death Narok.
Yeah.
Like the same suit actor, which explains why we don't see them together.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. I love the little like flourish he gives with his hands when he's like sending everyone off to like go do the big
sends all his
Endgame
troops
moment.
to attack.
Yeah, that was
the laughter
that was
too.
cool.
I like the laughter he had.
I love Dugded's just, I don't give a shit, do whatever, but also do exactly what I fucking tell you or I'll fucking annihilate you.
Exactly.
Dugded's power is something to be beheld, honestly.
So the war basically starts as everyone on Chikyu fights against all of Dugded's summoned mooks. And I love that, like, so we've got like the Shugadam Knights fighting, we've got Rackley's in there in the mix, and then like the nerds from Enko Sopa have just like not only lightsaber looking weapons bashing mooks on the ground, but also other nerds with like lasers shooting up at like the Kami no Ikari Shugods.
That was hilarious because like
nerds with lasers.
In the big like clash scene, like just you see lasers going. I'm like, where are those coming from?
Enko Sopa.
That's fine. Like, it was just, I thought it was funny. It's like, have we had these the whole time?
Inko Sopa can grow organs. They'll be fine. They can do whatever they want. At this point, I've just kind of accepted that Inko Sopa technology can do whatever this narrative wants.
Well, even in the episode, they're saying like this. It was kind of a funny like visual where like you got like Yanma and his like lackeys like just sitting in the middle of the battle.
All right, we have to program a substitution for immortality.
All right, give me 10 minutes.
I hate the fact that whenever I go to say Inko Sopa, my brain wants to say Soto Sopa.
Soto Sopa.
I hate that.
Sorry to go off topic for 1 second, and I hate to reopen this old wound, but I think this makes up for the Dune popcorn bucket. So we're getting a Slimer popcorn bucket.
Oh, it's really nice.
That's
awesome.
actually kind of funny. Though.
That's cute.
That's not bad. That's not a gaping anus. Like.
No. Slimer's horrible ghost mouth.
It may be a gaping anus with horrible jagged teeth, but you know what it really is? At the end of the day, a great place to store your Boba Fett action figure.
Oh my god!
You're right,
I have several Boba Fett figures to do that too.
Yeah, just
No,
keep one
don't put
in
them
that
all in
bucket.
there.
I have several Boba Fetts myself.
They're fitting right now.
Just put one of them in that bucket, and you will have one as a.
The funny
Star Wars.
thing is that I've seen people say that the Dune popcorn bucket, the sandworm bucket, is like impossible to eat popcorn out of.
I would imagine.
So it's like completely impractical as well.
I'm still gonna buy one.
Anyways,
Bless the maker.
You're
and
a
his
braver
water
man than
indeed.
me.
I admit,
You know what?
I admit I still want one just because I think that the sandworms are awesome.
You know what? I'll bring it over here, and
I
we'll
wish
pop
you wouldn't.
and we'll pop some popcorn, and
Oh,
we'll do a
God.
tries video.
No, dude, you don't put fucking popcorn. You put chocolate ice cream in there.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I hate it.
Or chili.
So anyway,
So on the second last episode of King
Chili.
so anyway,
Sorry about that.
so yeah, we have the Shogunum Knights fighting. We got Enkosopa nerds shooting lasers, and I love that like the rich hoity-toity folk from Ishibana have just taken to picking up debris from the destroyed landscape and just running at the mooks with it.
Gotta do something.
yeah, that's yeah.
That is what it is.
And then we have the fucking Kurokages from Tofu who are just like ganging up on dudes, dragging them to the ground and just like like pummeling them into submission.
There was like some like slapsticky moments with, like, because I think at one point they did it like where they hit him like that and then they did it again but much quicker and they like sped up the sound effect.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like,
I wish they would have done this. It would have been so fucked up. I wanted to just see like a group of like civilians of like Chikyu just like run up, try to attack Dugded, and Dugded just fucking dissolves them. That'd be so fucked up.
if full out, if they ran up to him and he just went, "Out, am I?" and just like vaporized them to skeletons.
Oh god.
That's good.
Oh yes, Unglaus fighting alongside Kuroda was very nice. I guess there's some sort of romance starting there.
Now I just want to see Dugded just flying off. We'll meet again, Kingohgers.
He has done that quite a bit.
Yeah. And her name is Unglaus. See? Another minor character whose name I remember.
Dude, you're the encyclopedia on this one, and I.
Okay, if they ever make a Power Rangers adaptation of Kingohger, we need Willem Dafoe as Dugded. That'd be perfect.
Yes.
I'm something of a space god myself.
Godspeed, Kingohgers.
Would have been hilarious if like I know this was meant to be an Endgame parallel, and this is an Infinity War thing, but if like Duga like picked up like the kid like Boone
yeah.
by the collar and just like spun him around with a gun or something, like Winter Soldier and Rocket, like come on,
Yeah.
why not? We're ripping off this anyway. Let's go for
Right?
it. Like that
Yeah,
being
pull
said,
him.
like I was saying before, there was some like nice little character interactions in the fight itself. Yes,
Yeah.
like a lot of good dynamic camera movement. Honestly,
Oh yeah.
very nice.
And so the tide turns in favor of Chikyu. And this is the reason I immediately told Sel and Paul, you guys need to you guys haven't seen the Kingohger movie. You need to watch that before we watch this week's episode.
Yes, we did. And I want to say this. I actually didn't like the movie all that much. I thought it was fine, but mostly I just thought it was like, this feels filler. Like,
I will fully admit that it was largely an excuse to flex the CGI budget to its absolute breaking point.
But then...
And so, it turns out Death Snarok wasn't the only one who showed up from beyond the grave, as Devonica walks onto the battlefield, opening a gate from Hakabaka and bringing with her Iroki, Karas, Nephilia, Boshamar, and Himeno's parents, who I don't think have ever been named.
Mama and Papa.
Death doesn't matter.
It's temporary. They established that in the episode.
It's narrative, guys. It's
They
narrative.
get a lovely little cameo where they get to beat on the assholes who have been oppressing their goddamn culture for generations.
Oh,
and then
God.
they disappear back into the netherworld where they don't have to ever affect the narrative again. But they get that lovely moment where they get to interact with the story one more time.
Hey, let's
also read Harry Potter.
Hold on. Jerry in the chat has the names of Himeno's parents, Deed and Metali.
Really?
Is that what they are?
Deed and Metali.
Interesting.
That'd be not out of place in this world for names. I
Okay,
guess.
let's get the.
At least no one's father is named Wrench.
All right, let's talk about the marshmallow hell scene. What the fuck was that?
So yeah, you know how Jeremy had not yet woken up? He gets woken up by his mom's
By his hot
boobs.
mom.
In
This
his
show
face.
Yes.
absolutely, totally knows about the way people reacted to Nephilia on Twitter. They're fucking doing this on purpose.
It was so out of place, like for how serious this was taking itself. Oh, my mom's tits! Like, god damn it!
And understandably, his first reaction upon waking up and seeing her is, "Am I dead?"
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like,
Yeah, I know.
I guess. Like, I mean, he thinks she's dead, and like, ugh.
She is dead. She's just back temporarily. But yeah, so she wakes him up, and then they just start kicking ass, and we just watch Nephilia just absolutely shit stomp Grody.
That's another problem with bringing them back, though. It's like
Their weekends, they're
Yeah.
easily thrashed. It's
whatever.
okay. But yeah, so, and then Death Rock shows up. We get this nice little scene between him and Gira. It's just like, I didn't die so you could be this kind of puny, worthless king. Stand up for your race.
I thought it was fun to see those two together again, and I did love Gira's reaction because he has no goddamn idea.
Yeah.
Like Death Rock, what the hell?
I really wish we had gotten more of a scene of Death. There was a little bit of it, but I wish we'd gotten more of Deathrock fighting Kamajimu, because it would have been really great for him to get that revenge he deserves.
I would have loved an entire sequence of that.
Right?
Yeah, no, like Lane and I were saying last time, like it would have been great to see him and Rackley's defeat Kamajimu.
Yeah,
like,
that would have been so good.
I'm surprised they didn't have that. Like, did we see
Yeah, I'm
Kamajimu get
surprised
defeated in
too.
this?
No, Rackley's and Kamejim clashed in the last episode, but we didn't see them actually fight.
Wouldn't it have been hilarious if the one who ended up defeating Kamejin was Boshimaru?
That would have been so good.
You know, it'd be interesting if in the third part, I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but we actually get that footage of Rackley's and Death and Rock fighting Kamajimu, and
I mean, I imagine the episode won't be 100% focused on the Tengen Toppa giant fucking Megazord battle,
no.
so we could still see some ground level fighting.
But imagine the twist of the episode when we get the climax of the moment, like the two of them after defeating Kamejimu get the key piece of information that they need in order to be able to set forward.
Could be.
Well, here's the question too, because last we saw, Kamejin was like, "Oh, I'm gonna just get rid of all you now," and then Death Rock came, and that was the end of the episode.
Yeah.
We didn't see the interaction.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Like that's weird. Like, why did Kamejin leave? Like, was there a fight?
That's
we
why
don't
I was.
need to see
I
it,
assume
but-
they just kicked his ass all the way to the battlefield.
I guess.
But that's what
That's
I mean.
the only conclusion I can come up with.
But that's what I mean. What you just said there about Death Rock and
Kamajimu?
and Kamajimu and Rackley's having their final duel. The fact that they haven't had that is suspicious to me, which leads me to believe that we're gonna get it in the third one. And
That's
it's
what
gonna
I'm
have
hoping for.
And it's gonna have some relevant information to the climax. That's what I was trying to say.
And this is what I was saying, to a degree too. I did feel like the writing of this episode wasn't bad, but did feel a little rushed, some of it.
Still didn't like that the dead people showing up felt fan servicey.
Yeah, but the other thing I'm going to say in regards to what we're talking about here, that did feel like, well, we got to get him over here now, without even explaining it. Which is a problem. But if they bring it up in the next episode, it might feel because ultimately there is 22 minutes of Kingohger left.
Yeah.
So they can't do it overtly. So if there's another fight with them in the next episode, I feel like they just. I don't think they're going to bring up, if there's a fight with them in the next episode, I don't think they're going to bring up, oh, and we had a fight 10 minutes ago in universe.
And I think that we have an immediate potential answer to that. As people in the chat are saying, there was a hashtag started by Yosuke Ito, the guy who plays Deca Green, asking for a theatrical release / director's cut of the final 3 episodes of Kingohger.
Oh, maybe there's a lot of missing footage?
And I feel like if we did that, we could absolutely add in those scenes that we're talking about.
That leads into my point, if I may. I know you were making a point,
go ahead.
but if I may. I look at all the rest of the episodes in Ohsama Sentai Kingohger, and yes, some of them are 2-parters, which leads me to believe that what I'm thinking is true. But these last 3 episodes are being treated as not just a 3-parter, but 3 acts in.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That is the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, this
basically
middle episode,
a movie.
This middle episode feels a little flabby and a little, as you were saying, and I'll acknowledge, filler. There's some filler in this episode. But I believe when we were discussing it before, I was talking about it as the second Pirates of the Caribbean situation, where that was literally just the...
Do you know what I feel would be a better comparison, honestly?
Tell me.
Lord of the Rings. Like, we're like, because Pirates of the Caribbean was not made with the intention of making a trilogy, but, you know, Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King, they are they are 3 parts of the same story. And Two Towers is... Yeah. But Two Towers specifically is the middle one. It is the one that, you know, everyone loves, but...
It doesn't always feel like a complete story when you look at it as a whole.
It's so funny that you made the Pirates of the Caribbean comparison, because out of the trilogy, the second one is my favorite.
Yeah. Sure. Well, that one's got Davy Jones. That's why.
But what I mean is, like, this, it may be a little bit flabby, but it is just the middle part in what I consider to be not necessarily 3 episodes, but 3
acts of one.
And,
and I understand that it does give that feel.
And my point that I was going to make going with what you're saying there, if there are deleted missing scenes from this that maybe they just had to edit out because of timing, that makes so much sense.
Right? It does feel like there are missing scenes.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe that was more my problem, honestly. Like,
yeah.
Just like, we're running a bit here.
But we are not finished with the episode yet. Plenty else happens. So I think my favorite part of the episode was when Hiroki and Karas take the Odracaliburs from their fallen successors, and out of fucking nowhere, just henshin into Papillon and Hachi Ogers. And I was just like, what?
What
the fuck?
Yeah,
but they're kings and they're generational powers. They have access to them too.
I guess so, yeah. That makes sense.
Did not see that coming, but it's completely within their right to do so.
I think they mentioned in the chat.
Yeah,
like, I'm actually surprised.
It does make perfect sense.
I'm surprised they didn't go the full Monty and do all of them.
I was hoping they would, but then they...
Yeah, me too.
Again, deleted scenes, maybe.
We may associate these forms with these characters, but they're not unique to these characters. These
they're like passed down through...
Yeah, they're heirlooms.
Yeah.
You know what would have been a really absolutely masterful way to cap off this hype train of a reveal? If, like, yes, we get more of the previous kings of Chikyu taking up the Odracaliburs while the main team is resting, but then we take it a step further. We have Rackley's henshin into Kuwagata Oger instead of Kuwagata Oger.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been
really
neat.
I was expecting that, actually.
Oh, can we also talk, like, Isha, I know they didn't do what you wanted. I loved how they did the transformation when they do that big line, and it's not even
Rackley's transform.
It's not even the focus. It's in the background.
It's like
almost
vertical panning shot of the entire front of the war, and they're just like henching as the camera's panning. I kind of love that. I'm not even mad.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see in the next episode when they all do it one last time together.
Yep.
And Death and Rock also, because he's also working on it now.
I will say, there was one shot in the preview that looked like Tarantula Abyss's arms were coming out the back of Death Narok.
Uh-oh.
Something's happening.
Maybe I'm right.
Something's happening.
That's what we'll say as we're watching it, like, it's happening!
Death Oger.
Yeah, I'm coming around on this one.
But no, instead of any of that, so not only do we get Hiroki and Karas kicking ass as Papillon and Hachi, but we also see stepping out of the portal to Hakabaka, fucking Rhynial.
Yeah. So again,
cool.
If you haven't seen the movie...
That's something else that went kind of unexplained, because the movie ended with Dugded super killing his spirit.
Like, literally, he beerus him. Or did he?
Well, like Dagdead even said, like, oh, I'll make sure I extra kill you this time.
But then Ichi even said, well, where was he gonna go? Detroit?
That's true. Oh, good point.
Detroit.
By the way, Yanma didn't have anyone come out. What about his mentor? Like,
yeah, I feel like we should have seen, like, Gin, who his mentor.
Maybe they couldn't get the actor. Who knows?
Worst case scenario, they could have just looked over to the fucking head of the Gokon prisoners, because that was the mob boss that Yanma was.
Yeah, we even saw him for a second.
He was there with the Gokon prisoners.
Yeah, he was helping out Rita. Could you imagine if, like, literally it was just a deleted scene? Like,
it could be.
Who knows? Like,
it fucking could be.
That's a fun, like, behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so Rhiniel Hosty walks out, takes the Ultra Caliber Zero from Rackley's for a moment.
I loved what he said, though. As he came out, he said, I have returned from the land of the dead.
Well, it's a good thing you're here to kill the Bugnarok, because there's a couple of hundred of them just ahead. Couple of hundred of them. Which he promptly responds to by taking the Ultra Caliber Zero and just blade beaming an entire fucking field of them.
I will destroy you.
Because we didn't really talk about it in the movie, because we didn't talk about the movie. Love his form, his monster form. It's really cool looking, like gladiator bug guy.
It's cool. I'm pissed it doesn't have a name.
Like what? Like really at all?
I looked.
Huh,
I couldn't find a name.
The Rhino.
But yeah, so Devonica says that the gate is closing, so all the people who are dying have to return to the land of the dead. And I actually cried a little bit.
No,
watching...
you have to actually hit the land of the dead.
Yeah, and I actually cried a little bit watching Boshamar disappear and just seeing Duga tear up.
That was genuinely nice.
Even my me. Like you can tell he was like trying to say something, but like he got like it was muted because he was disappearing.
Yeah.
Here's a question: what about Deathnarok? Did he go?
No, because he's in the preview for the next episode.
That's what I mean. So, okay, like they didn't really get into this.
They're doing something different with Deathnarok.
That's what I mean. Maybe I am right about the crystal thing.
Maybe
because if he's the only one who did, like, I think he's got a bit of a like a long-term pass or for some reason. Unless it's literally just Devonica can just do it.
Maybe it's like,
I don't know.
Instead of focusing her power on many people, she's turning her power to focus on Deathnarok.
Oh, you know what it could be? And this is just speculation on my part. But what if Deathnarok is the next true king of the Bugnarok?
I mean, he already was the king of the Bugnarok.
Well,
but like, what if we've noticed that the kings have a special. You know what I mean? Like they've got that the libido, the essence, the right stuff.
Did you just say libido?
I don't know
what. I don't know what.
It's Austin Powers joke.
But what if that kept him alive? Like what if he?
I mean, we saw him get dusted.
I hope there's a reason outside of just because he's
Deathnarok.
I hope there's a reason.
I wanted to be.
He did walk out separately from the others that Devonica summoned, so there definitely is some sort of circumstance.
Yeah, like again, maybe I'm right about the whole gem thing, or who knows. I hope there's a reason.
Yeah,
like is my point.
So anyway, next episode is Tengen Toppa God Kingohger.
What kind of bug is Deathnarok again?
Earthworm.
His tentacles.
Yep.
He's just an earthworm. Like it's kind of a fun aspect to him. He's like an animal that's considered the lowest of the low.
But don't earthworms also regenerate and stay alive?
That's a myth.
Really?
In real life.
But maybe in this show, it's not a myth.
They don't cell divide like that?
No.
Okay.
No, that's a myth about worms that if you cut them in half, they'll... No, you just cut a worm in half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't actually...
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't actually happen.
I
don't...
Damn you, Sal, being the realist!
Anyway, next episode is Tengen Toppa God Kingohger. We got a little teaser of Deathnarok with the Abyss Tarantula arms coming out of him. We're gonna get our big final fight, potentially helmetless roll call, maybe?
Maybe. I just want to see all 7 of them together in a fight. Come on.
I want my goddamn missing stock henshins!
Ichi.
This is our last chance!
What if we don't?
No.
Ichi,
it's not gonna happen.
This is the Game of Thrones of Sentai. It has to be gritty and realistic. There's no time.
But they did! They gave us Gira and Jeremy!
There's no time!
They gave us Gira and Jeremy! Why do 2 out of 7?
To shut you up!
Because Ichi, they knew that you would edit it later.
and then they took it down because they don't want you stealing it.
It is weird that this is one more episode. Isn't it weird?
I don't want Kingohger to be over!
It'll be movies.
We gotta start the boom boom.
And eventually... Okay, here's the question. This is something I was going to ask at the end. Maybe I'll bring it up again. If this gets turned into Power Rangers, will you watch?
Absolutely.
I'd be very curious, honestly.
As I've said to you and I've said to you, what I want them to do with Kingohger, if they make it a Power Rangers series, is I want them to make them about the very first Rangers, forging of the morphing grid.
The fantasy kingdoms that started it all.
If they made it a period piece, that'd be very interesting. Yeah.
That's where Mystic Knights are, though.
Yeah, but I would be interested to see it.
Yeah. Time will tell.
Ancient Eltar.
That'd be actually kind of neat.
Ancient Eltar.
That would be an excuse for it to not be Earth.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You never know.
Anyway, it is time, everybody.
Let me just say this, though. No, never mind.
Just go ahead.
No, it's fine.
If you got a thought, get it out while you can. All right. All right. Now
Anyways, it's wonderful time.
All right. So before we switch the bumpers, does this mean that Emily's staying with us for a future topic?
Yes, I am.
Oh my God! We did it!
It's Precure.
I'm hanging on. My God, it's 11:25, but
We're here,
I'm
Emily.
hanging on.
Yay!
Here's the bumper.
Okay.
I like the opening theme song because it served for giving me a very precise short bumper.
All right. So, Emily, please explain to us what is wonderful Precure.
Oh, okay. I mean, I get you guys watched it, so you know what it is. But
we did. But
usually, when Gar gives us feature topics, he tells us the backstory of the show. So now,
okay.
That is
well, it's the 2024 Precure series, and it takes place in Animal Town. The theme is mostly animals and pets, and the sort of weird gimmick of this season is that it's two sets of cures who are a pet turned into a human and their owner.
So
that's awesome.
Between the pairing of human and animal and just the general vibe of the town, the first thing I said, seeing the sweeping wide shots of the town, was "Welcome to the world of Pokemon."
Like I also got a lot of Pokemon vibes off this.
It did feel a little Pokemon-y.
Are you a dog or are you a girl?
I've heard rumors that I've heard rumors that the reason that they did this is because Paw Patrol is like really popular in Japan right now.
Fucking God!
I don't know if that's actually true. The other main like interesting thing about this season is that they have outright said that the season will not focus on combat, but rather on chasing enemies. And people are really upset about this. And then the other people like respond with the correct response, like, "Oh, so you want kids to beat up animals then?"
I did notice that there were no attacks at all in either of these two episodes.
A notable point seemed to be being made there. Yeah, like we're not gonna hurt the enemies because they're just animals.
There's no heat it's just a discussion.
So
like
the true villain was rabies
the whole time.
Oh no, Daifuku's gonna fuck people up.
I want that rabbit to be a cure. That would be fucking awesome.
Maybe
rumor is that the two of them will also be the six rangers and will also be a pair of cures.
Awesome.
But I actually don't think so, because I think that the male cure thing was a anniversary special thing and that they're not going to do it again for a long time.
That feels possible.
That's entirely. Emily, how many episodes are out of this right now?
There are 3 or 4, possibly 4. I think 3.
I checked Nya today and I only saw 3, so I think 4 is airing this weekend.
Oh,
yeah, but I'm pretty sure it is. It actually took me forever to watch it. I binged it with Mom last Monday on Family Day.
Mom will watch anime with you? That's awesome.
Mom watches everything.
Mom, she actually watches quite a few things with me. She also watches Delicious in Dungeon with me.
Apparently she liked Mystic Knights and Kingohger.
She freaking loves Kingohger. She really wants to watch more of it. We're just trying to get better quality copies. Yeah, she is. She is a cool mom.
So you'd think, because this is a Precure show, that the main character, the goth Daifuku is amazing. So you think the main character of a Precure would be, the human character. No, it is the dog, Komugi.
But I actually really like that.
Yeah, I was actually saying while we were watching it, I wish that they hadn't said that in like the promotional materials and stuff, so that I could have watched this episode and had that happen organically. because I feel like that would have been a much more impressive thing.
And I understand that viewpoint, but if they don't advertise that, they don't advertise the main gimmick of the show.
I get that. I get
The
that.
only thing I can
so much better.
The only way I can describe Komugi, like the dog, is just infectiously adorable. Like, my
well, the thing
God.
is, she is a dog. I remember when they first announced this, one of my big things was, is this dog basically just gonna act like a human and like have human type thoughts and everything? No,
Nope.
She's 100% a dog,
Still a dog.
that becomes a human, and they very much treat this as weird as it is.
Oh yeah.
It was also funny.
I love that.
I doubt it was meant to be a connection, but like that dog is a Papillon dog, so I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, she is a Papillon.
Right after Kingohger.
So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought you were gonna say something about Precure 5, but.
So.
This is literally the most Precure I've ever watched. Was tonight.
Yeah, no. This dog though, my fucking God, does this dog have like sort of like a little bit of a depressing life? Because like, so like her owner.
What do you do when I'm gone? I wait for you to get back.
Yeah, she's like so fucking upset that like she can't go with her owner, and like, but they're like, she's making it. The show's making it seem like, oh, this is the first time this has happened, and it's like, but. No, like she goes away every day. Like, why are you so still upset about that?
That's dogs. They're always upset when you leave.
That's true. When I go visit my parents, like Kelly's parents' dog Crypto, like he loses his fucking shit when I come over.
Kelly's parents have a dog named Crypto?
Yeah, the way I interpreted that was
that's amazing.
Because we had that conversation between Iroha and Satoru at some point in the episode where they were like, I hope I end up in your class. The way I interpreted this whole like scene of Komugi being separation anxiety is, I think this was like the first day of their class for the school year.
Yeah, maybe like
I think Komugi was adopted during the summer break, and then this was the first time she was like leaving the house.
So this was
no. We actually saw a bunch of flashbacks of Iroha as a younger kid with Komugi.
Oh, so they've been together for years.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we actually saw Komugi get adopted.
I know we saw Komugi get adopted, but I didn't process that Iroha was years younger.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
All right, well then fuck my theory. Komugi is just a dog with no object permanence.
There you go. So dog.
I'm not going to lie. I legitimately almost immediately had the sad thought of dog versus human lifespans.
No! Like Emily, I'm sorry, I was making that joke throughout the whole thing, like where I'm like, and now I luckily don't have the lifespan of a dog, so we'll be friends forever now.
I don't know. This very much it's only been like 3 episodes, but it feels like this is going to be a season with an ending where they lose their abilities, and it's going to be really sad.
The show ends with the main character. With like the other cure, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm dying because I'm 9 years old.
I'm a fucking dog.
No! Komugi must live a long, happy human life.
Maybe she'll become permanently a human.
But can we talk about
that would be weird.
Okay, so
all cures go to heaven.
That's true.
Oh.
Let's talk about the inciting incident. We were introduced to the monsters that are called Garu, I believe.
Which was like the stupidest thing about that is that's just the name that Komugi declares, and they just decide, all right, we'll call them that.
Yeah.
But I'll say this though.
They're saying Garu.
That is true. That is true.
And I'll say this though, and Emily, I believe I made a Precure comment that you didn't care too much for the last time we were talking about, not the last time we were talking about Precure, but the last time it was mentioned on the podcast, where I was saying that a lot of the Precure shows are basically just the same story with different names, different characters, and different.
No, I wasn't saying anything against that. I was just saying that that's also the case with Rider and Sentai, and it's part of why we love them so much.
It is absolutely yes.
That wasn't meant to be a slight against any of them. I agree with you entirely. The Precure is samey.
No, sure. Just with Precure, it seems to be a little bit more obvious because there's always like a like we haven't seen the spoilers. We haven't seen the villain organization or anything like that in this thing. We just know that there's a spirit.
I'm actually not sure if there is one.
All we've seen so far is a bunch of digi-eggs hatch into big evil Pokemon.
And that's the way to describe them, because that's what they are.
And if there isn't...
They're X-eggs from Shugokara.
That's an interesting, like, angle to take.
Listen.
Every Cure series always has, like, a spirit that possesses something and says its name. Like, you know, the Zakena from Futariwa Precure. It doesn't change as you go throughout the different series. And so when I saw a giant monster that was possessing something innocent, that at this point, the twist is it's not just an inanimate object, and it was just calling out its name, Garu Garu. I thought it was a cool twist that, like, it was the Precure that named it, number one.
Yeah.
In lieu of a villain organization, but it is the same thing. Like, this is the same thing as a Zakena or any
They're
of the
the
other
monsters
ones.
of the week.
Yeah.
Exactly, but they follow the same trope structure.
Yeah.
Where it's a spirit that has to be thrown. Yeah, but it's very specific in Precure. Like,
but Paul,
when you're watching like a Sentai series, you don't necessarily see the same, like, you know, possession tactic from every single.
No, but it's usually there's a bad guy who makes a monster, the monster fights, then make my monster grow.
The closest thing I can compare this to is specifically the R season of Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Where there were humans that were taken over by evil powers, and Sailor Moon has to use the healing escalation to cure them.
Lane, what were you gonna say?
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, but you know what Precure has that no other tokusatsu or any other show has? A sussy seahorse butler.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, speaking of, remember how we were talking about how in the last 3 seasons have had the same sort of twist of the butler being the villain? It happened again in Hirogar Sky, so...
And now we have a butler sheep.
A sheep.
Yeah, people have already been... I freaking love Mei, and I'm really, like, just crossing my fingers. Please make a plushie of him. Don't let him be another character who's a major character but doesn't get a plushie.
I thought you were about to say, please let him not turn out to be evil.
No, he's the
I'm gonna talk about two scenes in the first episode that just that killed me. I love them so much. So the first one is when Komugi turns into a human, and just like Iroha like realizes that like that's her dog, and so just like she's like, what the fuck? And Komugi's like, oh, I finally get to talk to you like I've always wanted to. And your husband's like, yeah, I've always wanted to talk to you too. What the fuck is going on?
I mean, the fact that they did not take it in stride and were realistically weirded the heck out about it was actually
funny.
great.
And then
I did love her reaction, yeah.
The second favorite scene in this whole first episode was where she becomes a Precure. And Mei just like, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do? And like, Komugi's just like, I'm gonna do whatever I want and hang out with Uruha and do all this. And Mei's just like, no, that's not a Precure thing. A Precure says.
Yeah.
It was so fun. And then like later on, she becomes like King Cure Friendly, and like she's like, oh, I'm gonna help all these animals and like get them back and purify them. And he's like, that's what a Precure would say. And I'm like,
that's why they're a duo.
Oh. Two things I wanted to bring up. Go ahead, Emily.
No, it's just funny because, and then he also gets into the Nico Garden, their friend, and Satoru.
Yeah, Satoru.
Yeah, so, and he actually, I keep wanting to call him Satoshi for some reason.
This is Pokemon World.
Yeah, no, but he gets in and he just sort of sneaks in, and then it turns out that Mei lets him stay because he has this heart of a Precure, but really it's just he's the only one who actually freaking listens to him.
Oh.
Two things I was gonna say. Like, one, that just like really did make this feel like a Pokemon town, was it called the Mirror
The
Stone?
giant mirror stone.
That felt like something right out of Pokemon. Like,
right?
This meteorite landed right here, and it has certainly no special powers
If
at
you
all.
click on it, certain species of
It's
animal
not
will evolve.
related. It's not related to the legendary at all.
No.
And can I just say this? At the very beginning of the episode, when like the main character was like tromping through like their farm like thing, you just saw the subtitle of egg.
Egg.
And just
there was
like,
a sign like way in the top left corner.
Exactly. And then you see the big moon mirror rock, and you're like, egg.
It was egg shaped.
If that thing hatches by the end of this, I won't be surprised.
You fucking know. Well, the legendary's in there.
Yeah.
It keeps giving
The
off,
legendary's in there.
It keeps spitting out the stones that making cures. It's clearly an egg.
That's the final boss. That's the legendary.
But it reproduces
And
by
because the
budding.
villains, the Garu also come from eggs, so maybe some great force of light comes out of that. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or that's where the greatest evil hatches from.
The other thing I want to bring up is possibly the greatest character design in history, the dad. Like, this guy.
Okay, people have been saying the weirdly... It doesn't help that his pants are like peach colored, so for a moment, I think both me and my mom thought he was wearing a naked apron.
I love that he's got the apron on all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I've never seen a character more embody simultaneous male life energy and daddy energy.
You know who you got to look at actually? Fucking what's his name? Zumi's husband from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That dude,
the
absolutely.
ultimate man.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name, but yes.
But yeah, these two
the dude who gets into a flexing contest with Armstrong.
Yes.
I'll cook you a gourmet meal, but also beat the crap out of the guy that smacked your ass.
Yes. Absolutely.
This is like basically what I'm saying is this guy is what I aspire to be in life.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like pink frilly apron and all. I don't give a shit.
Looking after animals in our basement, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Cassie from Animorphs. They got a fucking animal shelter on their property.
Okay, let's talk about the transformation because it was cute.
They are very, very short and to the point.
So that's what a stock henshin looks like. I'd almost forgotten.
I've never seen one lately.
Also, I love
the current theory is that the reason that they're so short is that they're gonna all be cut together like heart catch, which I really hope is the case.
I like when Komugi's she goes like 3, 2, 1.
Wonderful.
I get it, 1 because that's the Japanese sound of a dog.
I do like that she says like they say Precure my evolution. That's really fucking cool.
That's cool. Evolve into a human.
And then I like the sound when they're like making like a circle in the middle of the makeup thing, and I like the sound that came from it when they were rotating it. It was cool.
I have to say that these Cure designs are actually some of my favorites ever.
I didn't realize they matched.
They're so colorful.
Just the dress, the different types of dresses, the hair gradient, the crown on Cure Wonderful, and like the detective hat on Cure Friendly.
Okay, I was gonna say, do we know why Cure Friendly is clearly giving detective vibes?
I don't necessarily classify that as a detective hat. I wouldn't call it a deer stalker, but I understand that like the flaps on the side that are pinned up, yes, are like the flaps that would be on.
There is
like,
a bit going on with
Oh my god, she's Dex Dog Detective.
Oh!
I'm leaving. Now I'm quitting Tokusatsu.
That is a name I did not think I would ever hear again.
Sal's got his fucking head in his hand.
It makes too much sense.
Dog
You're
detective.
time, fat rat.
Cure! Fight!
I really see like a detective hat in that hat.
It's not just the hat; it's also the like garment along the chest piece.
Yeah, she has like a little cape going.
Yeah.
It was also like, did she say something
like
akin to detective thing or something going on?
Nothing that I picked up on.
You know what it was?
No, not that we know of.
She just asked some emotionally intelligent questions, and we went, "She's investigating."
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Maybe I just heard you guys say that in the back.
Like literally, she just asked questions about the character. Who's like, "Oh,
she's investigating,
gathering evidence."
Brandex Cure is what I would be if I was.
It's simple and plain.
No, I'm gonna say this right now.
Survival of the purist, Leonard.
Pure selfish.
As much as I see why you're calling it a detective hat, I personally don't see enough to like link it to a motif. So I'm just gonna sit here and go, if she develops as a detective later, you can tell me I was wrong.
Yeah, Cell was like, if she pulls out a magnifying glass, you win.
Yeah.
I mean, another thing I really like is their bows matching being reverse colors. That's the case with the second pair too.
Yep.
I mean, the look of the show's nice.
Unfortunately, allegedly, they are not even going to premiere in April, so we're probably not going to get the second pair of Cures until freaking May.
Oh,
wow, that's a long time to wait.
Damn. Maybe they want to give these two like some room, right?
But in the last season, I feel kind of mean saying this, but it was really annoying that Cure Butterfly was on all the art and the opening, and the person who she was, like her civilian self, was in the show for forever. But she didn't become a Cure until halfway through the show. It's not like it was a secret. Yeah, Sevens is right. It is actually the other human in the second pair who did.
Oh, the one with the cat, right?
The main Cure isn't a transfer student for once.
The one with the,
and they also,
the weirdly sexualized cat.
Yeah.
I would say not weirdly as much as just a very cat-looking cat. But both me and Mom were like, what are those things coming out of her ears? And I have no idea either.
I think those are like hair strands.
Little like anime.
I think so too, but like I don't know what they are. They're weird, but I like them.
It's definitely the most ass cat I've seen in some time.
This is a cat that looks like it would have the Ojo laugh.
Yeah, it absolutely gave off a couple of "you disgusting peon" faces.
Which that's a cat move.
Yeah,
but we can.
To be fair,
it is. That's what I said. It just seems like it's a cat that is acting like a cat.
I think we can all agree though that the best character in this whole show is
the dad,
Daifuku the rabbit.
Daifuku
the rabbit.
Daifuku the depressed rabbit. Absolutely.
He is a mood.
He's not depressed. He's just serious.
He's probably got a lot of shit
I love in
going
episode
on
2 when he's running in the dog run with Komugi, and they're just like these little chibi versions of themselves with like free-frame animation loops.
I don't know why I just love that so much. It was so fucking cute.
Me too. I really love it.
I really want to see a rabbit play with a puppy.
Yes, that. But also the takeaway I had from that scene is, wow, in this scene, the rabbit is chasing the dog.
Oh, is backwards.
No, it's interesting too because Satoru goes like, oh, rabbits can run at like fucking like 40 kilometers an hour.
They're pretty quick.
And of course, we have to have the obligatory. Oh, I definitely wasn't involved with the thing that was the focus of the previous episode. Not at all.
What's a garu garu?
Don't ask me any follow-up questions.
I want to talk about that too, actually, quickly. The garu garu itself.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the actual like quote-unquote combat from the first episode.
Like what happens is like they go to like a dog park, right?
Yeah.
And the garu garu is there, and it's a big sheep-looking monster. And the garu, both of them that we saw, and I guess in some previews as well, we saw. I really like how they look, honestly. Like it's simple. It's just the animal, but bigger and like shadow form.
So it's literally a shadow Pokemon.
Yeah, but I like the masks that they all get. I like that they all get shackles.
I thought they were gonna like pry the mask off of them.
That would have been neat.
No, but it is instead of combat, and it is very well animated. It's like I don't know why people are. The only difference is they don't hit it. Like all the flipping and running and all that is all still there. It's parkour.
Emily, I was gonna say, like, I mean, I'm not like I'm not huge on the designs, but this isn't my style. But I thought the animation was really well done. Like the movements, like the way
things are super colorful and animated.
The way things are really flowing, like like you were saying, the color is really well used.
Yeah. Although I will,
I love the look of this season so far.
I do have to point out, I don't think we got a moment where our main Cure jumped kilometers into the sky.
No, we didn't. I was waiting for that moment the whole time. And it didn't come. Instead, we got a fast running moment.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. She's like, "Oh, I'm fast, cool."
But yeah, we there's no like special attack or Hisatsu of any kind, at least not in these first 2 episodes.
Apparently, that'll probably come with the weapon.
The animals will just chase each other around, and then Komugi literally goes, "Don't be a garu garu," and then hugs it, and it's fine.
Oh, we saw.
I love how she treats it. she gives it the same words that you would give a naughty pet because those are the words she's been told.
Yep.
I mean, there's a theme going on here, which that's nice.
Love your pets.
Yeah.
No,
nice.
I really
animals.
like it. I really like the idea of reaching out to someone in pain who is lashing out with kindness. I think that more things should do this instead of just being like, oh, if you're lashing out, we lash back at you. That's not going to help.
That's how we achieve world peace.
Mm-hmm. No more fighting.
Everyone needs to be a good boy.
Everybody love everybody. Come on. 11 more
be
hours.
A dog. Be more like a dog.
Remember, kids, don't be a garu garu.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
I also love that the first thing Cure Wonderful did was defend herself from an attack with the power of a giant magical toe bean.
Yeah. Not the beans.
Yep. And then it turns out that Cure Friendy has a bow-shaped shield instead of a paw-shaped one, which is interesting.
Oh, Emily, and maybe Lane, is the real reason you like this because it's the same ending as Santa Claus 3? Where she hugs Jack Frost to make him nice.
Oh, that's right.
No, that ticked me off so much. That upset me so freaking much. I used to love that movie, but all I could think was like, you just stole his powers. Now he's just a guy like, is this why global warming exists? Like, that was actually my thought.
Fuck you, Santa Claus.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was just like, Lucy, you crazy person, you just caused global warming.
Fucking bitch.
Okay, so for this too, because I guess we didn't really explain that, like because the first enemy they meet is a giant like ram-looking, sheep-looking like.
Yeah.
And that is Mei Mei.
And that is Mei Mei.
It's
and then the next
Mei Mei, yeah.
And then the next episode, it's an ostrich, which okay, fine. At the end, okay,
but it's an ostrich from another dimension.
That's what I was gonna ask. Are they all from other dimensions? Because like,
yeah, it seems like
we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
What I at least guessed at or put together was that all of the small Pokemon-looking talking animals are from the Nico Garden, which is totally not the Chao Garden, which is totally not Zooland from Zoologer.
I also feel like I accidentally referenced something that happened in episode 3, which was Satoru being let into the garden.
Yeah.
Because that was in episode 3. I apologize.
That's okay.
Episode 2 ends with them jumping into the Nico Garden.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, and the episode 2 ends with them jumping into Nico Garden, which I will never ever see.
Never, not once.
It's basically the Garden of Eden to the point that they basically talk about God leaving them behind. It's very interesting.
Well, I'm looking at what they're showing us. I'm like, this is just Africa. Like,
kinda.
I bless the rains in the Nico Garden.
Yeah, they just have like a portal to the Nico Garden inside of this briefcase, which is totally not a thing that kids can buy.
It is. I love it, but I can't read enough Japanese to justify buying it. It also has a camera and VR.
It's literally what happened, by the way, in Fantastic Beasts. The briefcase with the portal to the animal world.
Oh man, I don't think that was on purpose, but
Fantastic Beasts and How to Cure Them.
Mm-hmm.
It still has one of my favorite reactions where frickin' Kowalski just like sees him go into the case and he just gives out this yelp that just like it lives in my head rent free. It's so funny.
Good in that movie. I wish those movies were better. Oh god.
I know.
I know.
He's so good.
Okay, so
you wasted Jude Law's Dumbledore.
I know that the first thing Mei Mei did when it walked up to them at the start of the second episode was pull out and equip a bow tie. But until he put it on himself for half a second, it looked like he just pulled out his own bra.
Ichi, I think you were a little too.
Me and Mom both thought it was a bra at first too.
See, it's not just me.
Well, I thought it might be more to do with like we just came off Spider Mom tits, so on the mind.
No, I was thinking like, wait, is that a bra? And then he put it on.
Sheeps don't need bras.
I was just thinking about the end of Lilo and Stitch when Stitch puts a bra on his head to become a superhero. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, so they do the whole thing where
this is bro.
Iroha can't come to Nico Garden because she's not a Precure. And then we see that Komugi is able to de-digivolve back from a human into her dog
there's
form.
a nice little animation too where she uses the pact to do it. And the cool thing is that on one side it has paw prints, the other side it has human footprint.
And now that Komugi has digivolved, Komugi can talk in human words, even in dog form now.
Which is
and
weird.
she calls their mom.
There you go. Sheep wearing a bra.
Oh God.
Oh, dear.
I can't see it.
I really wish I could.
Why?
Because you were talking about a sheep wearing a bra. So
No, I know, but why did they make? Why does that picture exist? Why did they?
There's
why
not a
did
lot
they
to do on
put-
farms, Emily.
very
boring.
Okay, they could be doing much. They could be doing much worse things on farms.
With sheep especially.
And Jerry. I have the power of Google Images on my side.
That's on your search history now, my friend.
Yeah.
But there is
You're the
no,
one who
there
has
is
to
no
suffer.
God though.
Your algorithm is forever tainted.
You're right, Emily. There is no.
Oh
God.
yeah, we find out Komugi can talk as a dog, and Iroha just goes, "Can you not do that?"
In front of my mom.
And then she does it anyway.
In front of my salad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Mom,
in front
Dad,
of my
I'm
chicken
dog.
tendies?
Yeah.
And like,
Also, with her saying she always wanted to ring the doorbell.
Yeah.
that was actually something I was like, okay, are they going to do this where like
I feel like it's gonna be an ongoing thing where Komugi's just gonna do human things that Komugi always wanted to do but couldn't.
Oh,
Well, we were
what if she tries eating chocolate?
Okay, here's
wait, hold on.
okay.
Yeah, she can
no,
because she
here's
has a human digestive system.
No, here's something really funny. Episode 3 actually basically has a moment like this where they're eating gummies, and they're like, "You can't give gummies to dogs," and then she just turns into her human form and eats it, and then Iroha's like, "I guess that's okay."
All right, fuck me then.
So I'm thinking that maybe she will be able to eat chocolate in human form.
Possibly.
Let us know if that happens.
This show is a dog's
Why did you put
escapism.
why Romero?
Because that's one of the best lines in a fucking movie ever made.
No, I
Ever.
agree, and I genuinely love Romero. He's awesome.
Oh, Spy Kids.
He was my introduction to Steve Buscemi too.
So anyway,
Billy
the second
Mack.
episode has an evil ostrich, which I thought was a goose for a second.
Goose.
I thought it was a goose as well. Then I thought it was a swan, and then I realized no, those wings. It has to be an ostrich. But why the heck is there an
I
ostrich
specifically
here?
thought it was a Canada goose. I was like, oh God, it's a cobra chicken. Get the fuck out.
I used to really actually adore ostriches until I saw a video of this guy getting literally chased down by an ostrich, and I was like, "Fuck that! Fuck these
They're
things!"
Until you saw episode 2 of Wonderful Freak here.
Ostriches.
I was thinking.
I had it with the Garu Garu ostrich.
Yeah.
Nope.
Jerry, people in Canada call Canadian geese cobra chickens because Canadians are afraid of a lot of things.
Yeah, don't fuck with Canadian geese. They'll fuck you up.
I used to feed them bread right out of my hand, and they never attacked me.
Listen, I don't care. If I see a goose start to hiss at me, I'm running the other fucking way.
They do hiss.
All this means is that I don't get to make the untitled Garu Garu game joke.
Well,
I'd rather see a house hippo than an ostrich.
Yes.
That's such a Canadian thing to say.
The ultimate Canadian cryptid, the house hippo. The house hippo.
Hippo?
The house hippo.
Yeah,
I'm getting into hippo
Are you
currency.
sure? Are you sure it's not this?
Yeah.
Oh, Bibble?
Bibble?
I can see Bibble being a real.
Bibble's
Yeah.
great, but the house hippo, it could feasibly exist.
Yeah.
That's a koosh ball with a soul.
I hope it doesn't. My half-eaten chip bags will never be safe.
And your peanut butter on toast.
So anyway, Iroha manages to willpower herself a compact and turns into Cure Friendly, and then runs really fast to catch up with the ostrich.
Remember, everybody, it's Cure Friendly, not Cure
Not
Friendly.
friendly.
Don't
Yeah.
confuse the two.
Weirdly,
I
I don't know
wasn't, but
why
alright.
it's not cure.
I know.
Because Cure Friendly's coming in later on. There's two.
That's her super form.
Cure Friendly.
No.
Cure Friendly.
It's the L.
The L and becomes cure friendly.
Cure Friendly.
I don't know why it's not. It's Cure Friendly.
I also love that Komugi like notices that they have like matching similar outfits, so she just like loses her shit over it. So cute.
Rightly so.
So okay, Emily, in these series, is this a thing that happened before, or is every series like, oh, you're the first Precure?
No. In fact, it almost universally has Precure being the legendary warriors of some kind. They usually treat them as if it is something that has already existed in the past. These are just the current ones, and some seasons even have here from the past as a major part of the plot.
Okay. There's always a realm of stuff and junk, like with Futari
there's always
it's
the Garden of Light.
It's the same way Power Ranger series always reference the Morphin Grid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Garden of Light, Garden of Rainbows. They call our world that Garden of Light. And then it's like all the different lands that everyone comes from.
Yeah, and there's always like the villain
Ultraman
organization that has like, you know, the possessing spirits that make the monsters. The possessing spirits are all one race that are identical for some
and they're
reason.
Called something.
Yeah, and the thing that they're called is the thing that they say when they talk. Which,
and it's usually a pun, but not always.
Yeah, like with
some kind of
with the original ones, it's Akena, and it's just them shouting, "Don't mess with me!"
Yeah.
But that's their names.
Yeah.
Like
because it's from the word Fuzakena.
Yeah, about the Zakena that I really like is when they're defeated, they turn into these little starfish things called Gomena, which just say Gomene, Gomene, Gomene.
Yes, they all explain. Sorry.
So basically, it's a bunch of grade school level word puns.
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically.
Yep.
Because it's a show for 12-year-olds.
Yes, absolutely.
No, it actually is not a show for 12-year-olds. It is a show for 3 to 5-year-olds.
Yeah, Paul, get your demographic right. Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say, Jerry, no, the
Because
villain's
they
gonna end up being
actually
Cruella
take-
de Vil.
They actually take children seriously in Japan.
I feel like I should be like Emily's official. I feel like I should be Emily's official angry translator. Just like yeah, like
Angry translator? What does that mean?
Oh, so like there's this funny skit where like the Key and Peele did where like one of them was Obama, and then he has Luther, his angry translator, where like Obama says something and then Luther does like just says what's on the angry version. So I feel like I could just do that for you, Emily. Like you say what you want to say and then I just go, what Emily's trying to say is fuck this.
Oh my god. I don't know. I don't
Jerry
know.
in the chat nailed it. Cruella de Vil.
There we go.
Cruella de Vil.
That has to be a fucking villain in the Cure.
I only want to make
she's the perfect villain for this show. She hates puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make some shoes out of that papillon.
Cruella.
Why shoes?
Because it's a pretty small dog. Not gonna get much out of a.
I can't believe they're making.
Wow, you really thought this over.
I can't believe they're making a sequel to that Cruella movie.
I can't believe they made the first one, and I can't believe my mom. I can't believe my mom liked it. All I can think the whole time is like it's like a really weird fan fiction. It's like her mother died because of Dalmatian.
You know what else felt like really weird fan fiction that I watched this week? Madam Web.
Oh dear.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She was in the Amazon studying spider.
Studying spiders before she died.
I don't know what I've heard about Madam Web. That it's absolutely horrible, but also like The Room, it's like an amazing watch. Like it's never boring for a second.
I've been hearing it's funny bad.
It feels like someone's Spider-Verse fic, but the guy who played the villain absolutely showed up for a completely different movie.
Well, yeah, because they ADR'd everything. Got him.
Anyways, sorry for the tangent.
In this show,
No, it's okay.
I mean, what else is there really to say with this? Like, it's cute.
It's cute. Overall impressions. Yeah, I mean, it's bright, it's colorful, it's happy, it's non-violent. Perfect show for 3-year-olds.
I won't be watching it.
I just love that Emily like told us about what the show was possibly about, and then I just spouted
Absolutely
out.
predicted.
What if the dog becomes a Precure? And then it fucking happened.
Yep.
You did it, Lane.
So
Your powers are increasing.
Yeah. Right.
The only question is, where do we go from here for next year?
Okay, we've had babies become cures. We've had dogs become cures. We've had a cat become a cure.
Mermaids become cures.
We've had fairies become cures. We've had a male become a cure.
Have cars become cures?
I got it. No, I got it. Robot Precure.
Oh,
there you go.
I'm actually kind of. Oh wait a minute. Kira Moore already exists.
Damn it.
She's an android.
Clothes became cures.
Oh, that maybe.
Synthetically
That's just Kill la Kill.
That's true.
Synthetically created Precure.
Cure la Cure.
Like, instead of it
Genetically,
being...
wait a minute. Genetically created Precure? So you mean the dark Precure from Heartcatch?
No. What I'm talking about is instead of the Precures being, like, their powers coming from the realm of stuff and junk that's always in the Precure series that's in there.
Was that the android?
It's actually from the Earth. It's actually from Earth in response to the crossover from the world of stuff and junk.
I
So
mean,
instead
they've
of-
done that in, like, Sentai and stuff. I don't know why they haven't done it in...
Because it's for because it's for 4-year-old girls.
Yeah, that is why.
Yeah,
oh,
but
I know.
Precure has had themes that 4-year-olds would think wouldn't be able to comprehend, like depression.
No, sure. That's
They
why.
know
That's
their
why I
audience.
like.
Gotta
Precure.
teach those 3-year-olds what depression really is.
That's why I like.
Well, I mean,
Precure,
in
but
Japan, you're working when you're 9, so
but-
you know.
No, like in Japan, they like a show like Kamen Rider, which is like full of things like genocide, is targeted towards like 8-year-olds. So.
Oh, you know, when the god
I know they actually take kids seriously.
Oh, you know, like when a superpowered being shot a bunch of fucking nuclear missiles back to America. Yeah, that's definitely for a kid.
It was off screen.
Here's a question, and maybe I'll watch it if so. Have they done dinosaur Precures?
No, they have not done dinosaurs.
Next year,
I don't
baby!
know
It's
if they-
time, baby!
Yeah, no, yo, dinosaur ninja Precures.
Jurassic Cure.
They drive cars.
I would love Jurassic Cure.
Cretaceous.
Oh,
But we wanted
it's
this
the
entire
Cretaceous
time-
period.
For years, everyone wanted them to do a space Precure. They finally did, and it was flipping amazing. So
Oh, there you go.
I highly
things to
recommend
do.
Star.
Spy X Precure.
Oh, one last thing before we close out this. I mentioned earlier how much I thought I liked some of the art style, but what I particularly liked was every now and then there were shots of like non-stylized animals, which I just thought that was very nice artwork.
Yeah, just like normal ass animals.
It was just like, oh, that's
It's always
nice looking.
weird when they share the same universe, where it's like, here's like a pretty realistic animal, and then Komugi's there. But the weird thing is, she didn't really look out of place.
Yeah, no, like and
because
like
it's Animal Town.
one specific shot, I think
Animal Crossing.
it was of a kingfish. I was like, that's a very nice image. It stuck out to me, so I thought I'd give it credit there.
Just realistic birds.
Also, the other thing we haven't talked about is the ending dance.
Oh, or the beginning. Like we should talk
the
about
opening.
Yeah, let's talk about the
You
music.
did talk about the opening. You said it was good. I like it too.
There's the closest we'll get for now.
Oh Christ!
I can
Anyway, the
see that
ending
being a
thing.
crossover. Precure with Barney? Come on.
I think the ending
Precure
dance
with
using
Sesame Street.
the ending dance using the like CGI 3D models was actually pretty well put together. I think.
I'll just say
This is some of the best they've ever looked in CG. Actually,
I'll just say this. It may have gotten away with it in the 90s, but nowadays you could not make a kid's character called BJ.
named VJ.
No.
Baby Bop.
Yeah.
The Baby Bop's fine, but and I know
Baby Bop sounds like
I know
they're
BJ
advocating for hitting baby. I can't
know
say that
BJ
either.
I know BJ stands for Barney Jr., but like, don't.
Wait, it
Not anymore.
stands for Barney Jr.?
I genuinely didn't know that.
BJ means
He's a
Barney Jr.
completely different species of dinosaur.
Wait!
I
I
know.
thought it was CJ.
No, it's BJ.
Is it BJ
It's
this whole
BJ.
time?
Yeah, Barney.
I stopped watching when I was like
Barney
4,
Jr.
right?
Get Berenstain Bear.
Oh Christ!
Listen, I watched Barney till I was 7. Leave me alone.
And then they
I did watch
introduced
Barney when I was
another
young.
character named Griff, and she's voiced by the same person who voices Amethyst in Steven Universe, and sounds exactly like Amethyst.
I didn't see that one.
Cool.
I grew up during the Michael and Sarah season of Barney.
I just remember
Oh, geez,
the
no,
woman.
I'm
As
talking about-
opposed to the Michael Cera season of Barney.
Oh, no,
I just remember the woman-
Sorry, not Sarah. It was the Michael and Kathy season.
Oh, okay.
They were
I
like
just
the
remember
OG
the woman-
Barney children.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna pass out any second now, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, you haven't been on the
anyways,
show very
that-
long, have you?
That's wonderful, Precure.
No, it was a girl named Kathy.
I just remember the woman with the spinning door. That was it.
I just fucking watched Sesame Street like a regular fucking
It's
kid.
fucking Johnny in the chat. Seasons 4 to 6 are S tier. I'm like,
Fuck that.
I'm not here to
See,
talk
I was-
Barney.
Fuck
Yeah.
that
See,
saccharine dinosaur asshole.
I was the cooler kid. I watched Sesame Park. Get some.
I remember
Wow.
Sesame Park, the specifically Canadian
Yep.
show.
Oh,
I watched that exactly one time.
Longest street in the world.
I remember going to the CBC headquarters downtown as a young kid and going to go see tapings of Royal Canadian Air Force and visiting the Sesame Park
Oh,
portion
that's so
of
cool.
Jelly.
They've got a little museum of their puppets and stuff like that. Like the stuff that they actually had the rights to show in the CBC building. They have a little museum. And it's
Everyone watched Elmo's World.
And when I was a kid, they had the Sesame Park shit. They had Friendly Giant.
My niece, in the first year or two of my niece's life, they've every time I was over visiting them, they'd be watching Elmo's World.
Yeah, well, we don't have Elmo's World anymore because Larry David attacked Elmo.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
My cousins have at least one of the, like, if it is a replica, it's one of the show replicas for the Tickle Trunk from
oh no.
From
Mr. So Dress Up. My dad sat next to him on a plane once.
That's awesome. No, not Elmo.
Mr. Dress Up.
That would be awesome.
All right. Anyway, we need to wrap up because this is already over 2.5 hours.
And we're giving away our location.
So that
dog.
That was wonderful. Precure is very cute, and I wouldn't mind watching an episode or two more, maybe sometime down the road.
It's fine. I'd watch it. I like Precure, so I'm biased, but it's fine. I'd watch it.
I can't hear the title without my brain just going wonderful. Wonderful.
I look forward to the eventual plot twist where we find out that Kamugi is actually Iwaha's daughter from the future, where animals and humans combine.
Wrong season.
Edward.
It's gonna happen. Just
watch.
No,
my final form.
A dog.
Okay. Yeah, Jikai, Radio Sentai Castranger. Oh my god, I actually said it.
Well,
so oh, go ahead, Ichi.
Next week is the episode of Kingohger that will close out the series. So, as is our Castranger tradition, we will be foregoing a proper feature topic and instead having a rousing discussion on our thoughts on Kingohger, the series as a whole.
And I can happily announce that I will be there in person to talk about the Kingohger finale.
I will also be on next week. I will definitely close out Kingohger.
I took a paid vacation day. I took a paid vacation day to make sure that I could be down to talk about the Kingohger finale with Ichi in person because it's just been.
I'll take a vacation day to be here.
Land of the dead.
Yeah.
It will record with me.
I mean, get ready, kids, because like we're gonna be talking about that for a while.
Fasten your seatbelts, boys and girls.
We're just gonna go through Gotchard in like 10 minutes, like we have.
By the way, this is new art created for a cafe collaboration.
Nice.
Oh, that's cute. It's the original.
I really like it.
The new ones.
All I'll say about next week is I'm gonna write another essay.
I know you are.
You can see the vast difference in how their designs change.
I might kick open your door on Sunday to watch the subs.
If you would come later in the afternoon, sure, because I got plans in the morning.
This wasn't a request.
Okay.
This was.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
Bye,
anyway,
Emily. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on. Thank you for staying on with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thank you for watching Precure, even though I know it's not really you guys' thing.
You keep saying thank for having you as if you're a guest and not a core member of the show.
You've been on more than me at this point.
Yeah, but it still means a lot to be on here.
I know.
We're all open-minded, and I like Precure, so you're among
Precure's adorable.
So it's fine.
Anyways, I have to give a shout out to our currently active patrons on Patreon, which of course include our very good friends Blaze, Armorhide, Sentai VT, Midas the Fool, Vegas Bear, and Jackaplier.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting what we do. Yeah.
I can't believe they bought it.
Shut up. Yeah, so as always, the primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, merch store, all of our cool shit. Yeah. Thank you all for listening. We will see you next week for me devolving into a crying pile of emotions.
Way to make it all about you.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say
to see it.
I didn't say that there wouldn't be others also on the show.
No,
I'm just saying that's Ralphie.
Stay safe out there, everybody. Thanks for everything.
Stay wonderful.
You stole my line!
Yeah, stay warm.